Good morning on out there. What's the word, people? What's the word? Hope all is well with y'all on this Tuesday morning. Yes, plenty of content on out there. Plenty of content. Um, I had and shout out to Anton Daniels for actually speaking on that. A man takes his son on prom. Hey, good morning, Rachel. How you doing? Hope all is well. And look, we talk about black men not even being there for their kids in the first place. So, my personal opinion is no. I probably more than likely wouldn't have went with my son on prom, but like I still would have supported anything that he had going on, regardless. Thick cut, what's the word, man? Good morning, happy Tuesday to you, bro. What up, Franklin dog? What's the word? And no matter how much you got people out there that will look at it a certain way and you know criticize it so much, I try to still find a silver lining to it. Now, again, I wouldn't do it, but I would still show support towards my son because that is my son. What up, Uncle Will? Good morning. So, I mean, again, that's not uh for me to sit up and just straight criticize. Now, again, you only going to accept what you want to accept in life, period. Nobody is putting a gun to your head to accept the fact that how society is. To me, in my opinion, you just try to go off your own moral compass and what you stand on. That's basically it. I mean, I don't have time to sit up and be worried about things like that. Now, again, uh, putting it out on social media, yeah, you're going to get some backlash. You're going to get some people that's going to add their opinion, but it is what it is. Anton Daniels made some valid points, but at the same time, it's not my place to be so critical about somebody else's family members and what they choose to do. Like that's not what you say, Nurse Petty, not in my house. Right. Now, Nurse Petty, you made an excellent point. As long as you know that that wouldn't be played like that in your house, I mean, to each his own. I'm not going to be that critical of it because not just because of how things is now. It just it's not me. So if they want to put themselves through all that, then hey, what up with it, Wolfpack man? So, if they want to put themselves through the ridicule of people, stranger people saying what they saying, then hey, that's on them. But I'm not about to have no full blown panel of people talking about that. That just to me is overkill. Now that part I just feel like that's overkill. Yeah, I'm gonna play the video. Yes, Nurse Petty, I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna go ahead and give my reaction to it though. And again, shout out to Anton Daniels. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he made some valid points, but I'm just not gonna be that invested to sit up there and shun some other people. Just as long as I know what I stand on, that's really all what matters. Again, everybody is entitled to how they view things and how they see it. So trust me, I'm not shitting on nobody's opinion about it, but at the same time, I'm not going to jump on no damn train with everybody else and sit up and be trying to like shun them for what he did because again, as a black man still being around in his son's life to some capacity, he's been in his son's life. I mean, I'm sure the father knows already. He been knew that his son was, you know, gay. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Hey, KTC, good morning. So, I mean, again, it's a lot of people that have made a nice little spectacle about it, but at the end of the day, hey, he a grown man and he doing what he doing for his family, regardless of what the his sexual orientation of his son or what he chooses. You know, I'm pretty sure he didn't have to come to grips with it. Nurse Petty said, I am shitting on all of it. Stop this foolishness. Hey, Nurse Petty, that it touched your soul right there, Nurse Petty. I can tell. Ooh, Lord Jesus, that it touched your soul, Nurse Petty. Ooh, Lord. Lord. Yes, Nurse Petty, I see that'll touch the chord with you. I get it. I still get it. Well, now, Nurse Petty, I get your point. I get your point. I get your point. I trust me, I get your point. But what I've learned to realize is that I'm not going to get that invested up in it that way. Yes, my opinion, yeah, it was a little bit overboard, and it was sad that it was just his father that was there. I didn't see no other males in that video, or I didn't hear any other males in that video. I didn't. And that part right there I was a little confused about that because like, he's still going on prom. So where's the male where's the male people uh up in the whole thing other than his father? You say they probably live in Atlanta? Probably so. I didn't get the gist of where they was checking in from. I even tried to look up that actual video, but I still didn't find it. I don't know why I couldn't. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe they is in Atlanta. I don't know. But the whole thing that I was tripping about with all that was, other than his father, where was the other males, like cousins, uncles, you know what I'm saying? Where was they at? That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, damn, it was just the daddy. No other man in the family was able to come and support him going off the prom. And damn, they having prom this early. Now, Nurse Petty, wait a minute, hold on. I had to rewind this a little bit. Like, wait, they going on prom this early? I thought usually they don't start going on prom until like maybe late April, early May. You said, Nurse Petty, you said show that clown. Whoo! What's up with it, Blur? Salute to you, man. God damn. Nurse Petty, yeah, yeah, Nurse Petty, I'm gonna have to set up a show. I'm gonna have to set up a show. Hey, good morning, T. Yeah, I'm gonna have to set up a show. Schools in Georgia ends in May. They start prom early. Oh, okay. Okay, Blurred. Now I know because I'm like, well, it's different here. They don't start going on prom until like probably early May, some late May, but they do it all in May. You know what I'm saying? And then I think the suburbs, they start doing it in late April, early May. Nurse Petty said, I can't take it. Damn. Mm. Now it is some other news that I wanted to get into about that Yella Beezy situation. So apparently, uh, somebody that's from his camp that fell on the sword and said that he's the one that did everything, and you know, um, Yella Beezy didn't have nothing to do with it. So Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't care what he said, keep the change. He could try to have somebody else take the fall for him, but it ain't gonna work. He done. He's done for capital murder. He's up out of here. He's up out of here. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Keep the change. I think that's just a smoke screen to try to throw it up off of Yellow Beezy, but he's done. I ain't even gonna hold you. He's done. You can stick a fork in him. He's out. Now, and I do want to add my opinion about this alleged rap battle that's supposed to happen, or maybe not. I don't know. Um, this is just my opinion, y'all, and this no diss to nobody, but I kind of like it when Pro hosted and he gets everybody, and it ain't about the money. It's just about having fun and you know going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? It's fun that way. When you start at hey Deja Vu, good morning Kiana. Now when you start add money to it and this and that and the third, it unless it's all the way organized and it's on the up and up, it gets confusing. So it to me, Pro doing it, hosting it, and it's just for the love of it. If you get, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get donations because people gonna pick that up off the riff, right? So me personally, I wish that money wasn't involved and it actually could just be just for the love of just battle rapping. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the way I see it. Again, hey, if you want to throw money into it, fine. Hey, I ain't throwing no money into it, so I can't really speak on that part. But if I had to be honest, shit, I just rather it be on Pro and just do it and just do the rap battle thing. Just because it's fun to do. Every time Pro did it, it's been fun. It haven't been no hiccups, no arguing, none of that. You feel what I'm saying? That type of thing right there I could get down with. But when, like I say, you put money into it and now it's a competition, then it kind of don't even have that feel of it being fun no more. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, um, again, if it happens, it happens, but at the same time, I would rather the original format, to be honest. Let it just sit. And plus, Pro is the originator of it because everything like that was happening on his panel. So it is what it is. Yep, it is what it is. Wait a minute. Yeah, Meek, I just man, if it just now wait a minute. Hold on. All right, this is for Nurse Petty. This is for Nurse Petty. All right, the link is dropped. This is only for Nurse Petty. See Viper 23, what's the word? I see you up in the building. So Nurse Petty, the link is dropped. Nurse Petty has something to say. So the link is dropped in the chat, Nurse Petty. The link is dropped in the chat. Yeah, so I mean again, if they decide to still host the rap battle and they actually do it, then I'll be in attendance. I'm gonna see what it do, but at the same time, like to me, that just confused it and took some of the fun up out of it. You know what I'm saying? That just again me saying that. It's actually a good idea for them to, you know, Do they drop battles or, what I'm saying, go back and forth to see who's the best? I don't mind that type of thing either. Well, you know, to be honest, to be fair, Kiana, I didn't see why Kwame was even involved up in it. I mean, and just because he has a bigger platform, like, so what? So what? It shouldn't it shouldn't. I don't even know how he got involved in it, to be honest. But no, I don't feel like Kwame should have even been involved up in it. It should only be the people that's doing the drop battles, and whoever channel that they choose to, go to, or whatever the case may be. I didn't get why Kwame was so invested up in it to even lay out some rules and this and that and the third. Like, I didn't get it, but hey, it is what it is. If people uh want to do that, then that's on them. Hey, Nurse Betty, you on the stage, Nurse Betty. Nurse Betty, can you hear me?
What's the word, John? I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. What's the word?
Can you hear me,
Yeah, I can hear you.
John? You know, I'm just really flabbergasted with all this stuff that's going on. I just
Wait, do you still got your YouTube on? Cause it's getting distorted.
hold on. I'm turning one off. I got to
Okay.
take it off.
All right.
Okay, am I clear now?
Yeah, I think yeah, you good now.
So I just left a job as a school nurse for about 15 years. I was a school nurse, and I'm getting an echo for some reason.
Yeah,
But anyway, John, th- it's a lot of grooming that go on in the schools. It's a whole lot of grooming. And it's sad that these teachers, counselors, and people are keeping encouraging these kids to be this way, but they won't tell their parents this is how they behave in their school.
right, right.
So I'm gonna give you an example. I had a counselor sit down with a trouble student. This is elementary school now, and before she finished her conversation with that little girl, the counselor announced she wants to be referred to as they and them. And I'm like, well, damn. So I asked the little girl, what was you born as, baby? And she said, I'm a female. I said, but that's what I'm going to refer to you as, a female. But when the child left the counselor's office, I asked the counselor, why you don't discuss that with our parents? But they can't discuss it with the parents because they say a fear of abuse, a fear of being put out. I said, you can't discuss it with their mom and their daddy, but you'll come in here announcing in front of a room full of other adults? That don't make sense to me.
It don't. You absolutely correct, Nurse Betty. Look, even when they sit up here, and I didn't agree with them talking about they'll start teaching kids at like what, the third or fourth grade, uh the certain type of sex education. We didn't start learning that, to be honest, until we got to freshman in high school. Then that's when we learned
Exactly.
like that. But how's that, we kids, we not keen in. Even then we knew, but like we didn't know. You feel what I'm saying? Like we weren't taught that.
But that's something that your mom and daddy's supposed to teach you. And if you have, I mean, school, reiterates everything, but that's something you're supposed to learn from at home. Now you got this group of people trying to detransition because they have a set of parents that allowed them to take hormones when they was 12 and 13. This mess is the craziest mess. Then they want us to pretend and cosplay with them and refer to them as who they want to be referred to as. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't. I'm not gonna dress. I'm not gonna let you dress up as something that you're not. And now you want the whole world to pretend with you that that's who you are. Now you want us to participate in your psychic foolishness. Ah, this, this,
Well,
this, this. I mean. If President Trump ain't do nothing else, he set the record straight. There are only two genders, male and female. And who you choose to sleep with in the privacy of your own bedroom is your business. But between God and science, they need to stop fucking shit up.
I agree. It's this era is like a phony era. You know, if you want to be this type of person, all you got to do is just go and get a surgery, and you could be the person getting treated. This is insane. Instead of people being humble and blessed about who they is
Excuse me.
anyway, they wanna do surgery to themselves, put themselves in harm's way to be who they wanna be, like in a mind. You feel what I'm saying? Because I guess they don't like what they see. And that's sad in
But you
itself
know, at the
right
end of
there.
the it is, and at the end of the day, a man transitioning to a woman will not even give him a vagina that's capable of being used. So what is the purpose of all the self mutilation? They can't even get that little hole that they give them. They have to constantly have something stuck up in it to keep it dilated. So they just practicing on these people and doing all these unnecessary surgeries just to be doing it. Big Pharma is the biggest ripoff in the world. And it's sad that this is where our country is going into, where these people are encouraging this type of behavior. That boy going on Prime needed that damn wig slapped off his head, whatever he had. That was a shame abomination.
Nurse Petty, I see that most definitely, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but that most definitely touched you right there in a certain way. Like, wait, hold on, this is too much right here, and I get it, I get it, I totally get it. But I try to again, I try to look at the good side of it. That the daddy didn't even have to be there. He didn't even have to do all that. Now I'm still wondering why it wasn't more males there. It was all women except for him and his dad. Them was the only. At least that's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't see anybody. You just heard the women like, oh, when he got the crying and everything, and I'm sitting up there confused like, what? Wait, he know that his daddy was gonna come with him or not? I mean, did it shock him so like that to make him cry like that? Again, I just had my own questions about it. Then I said, you know what? At first, I'm thinking, is this a skit? Did they plan? I mean, sometimes they be doing this just for, to get some attention too, though, Nurse Petty. Not saying that them type of situation won't happen like that for real, but you know what? I'm on my phone, Wolfpack, man. That's probably why it's like that. Hold on. Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm not even on my laptop right now. Hold on.
Well, John, we have
No, I'm listening to you, Nurse Petty. Go ahead.
we have when you have single mothers that raise boys. I mean, some sort of situations cannot be helped, but you gotta let these boys be reared by men. When you have a boy, that has been raised by a mother with three sisters in the house, he gonna pick up every feminine tendency he see them. He even gonna express his pain and emotions the way his sisters and mothers do. You gotta let boys be raised by men. If you don't, this is what happens. You can't take I mean, if the father's out of the home, you still gotta have a male role model because these kids is getting turned out by the handful. And they, 9 times out of 10, they are turned out by other children and adults that work in these areas that have access to them. You gotta keep holding your kids because this sickness is crazy. I mean, I had to leave the school, like I said, for 15 years. I just got sick of it because now you have counselors and teachers that are keeping these secrets. And they got mad at me because I called them a bunch of groomers. When you keep secrets from the parents about how your child is feeling, especially when it's pertaining to their sexuality, that's grooming. You teach your kids not to keep secrets, but y'all encouraging them to keep secrets. That just don't sit well with me. And I'm glad that I'm not raising kids right now, but I do have grandkids. Thankfully, they live in another state. But at the end of the day, these kids in our school system in Chicago is effed up. They can't read, they can't write, they don't know how to curse or write. Half of the eighth graders going to high school don't even know how to read, Jack. And it's a shame before God. They keep passing these kids off. And they so worried about Trump getting rid of the education system. Well, what the hell y'all ain't doing shit for them anyway? But teaching them how to be a different sex.
Yeah, you right. I mean, you not gonna get no arguments from me. They can spend their time better. Then I'm not saying that everybody has rights, Nurse Petty. That's why I didn't get when Obama did what he did. It just confused a lot of people because, to me, in my opinion, they already had rights. What they have to get some certain type of rights for? Okay, fine. They got the right to be able to marry each other. Okay, fine. Even though I may not agree with that, but that's not my lifestyle, so I don't care. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, I do look at it as though is that they are trying to praise and force this type of behavior on heterosexual people in its entirety. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like they really trying to force this agenda on us, and you can't force nothing down my throat at all. Pause, but you can't. I'm not gonna let you do it. So I'm gonna stay in my lane. Yes, I disagree with the way that whole scene was, right? But am I gonna shit on the father, whatever the case may be? No, I'm not gonna do that. Because again, fathers, especially us, black fathers, got a bad stigma on them by not being in their kid's life. So at least he dropped his pride and went with his son, knowing what his son is all about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men wouldn't even.
Man, he should have dropped his pride a long time ago. Your boy is 17 years old out there in the damn dress. What was your pride when he was 7? So he should have dropped his pride a long time ago and demanded that mother let me raise my son. Because look at what his son has become.
Oh. Yeah, it's a lot of moving parts with that, though, Nurse Betty. It's a lot of moving parts with that.
Play the video, John.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go to it real quick. I need to. Did I even share it on my wall? Hold on. I don't think I shared it, so I need to do that first. Did I even share it on my?
And my thing again, John, gay and straight, it don't matter to me. I'm gonna treat everybody alike because I don't care what go on in the privacy of your own bedroom. But when you try to get me to go along and play with you and play mind games with you and pretend with you, that's where I draw the line.
You're right. We don't need to see that. Now that I most definitely, because look, again, what you do in the privacy, that's your business. But when you put it on social media, you give people the reason to add their opinion to it. So then you can't get mad at what's gonna be said. Not to me, at least. If you get mad about something that's said, then you should blame yourself because you put it out here. so we're not gonna play them type of games, right? At least I'm not gonna play that type of game with nobody. No, if you put it on out here, hey, that's just what it is. So don't get mad at people for when they add their opinion to it. Now, wait a minute, hold on. I'm about to share it. Go ahead.
And then they have these sick videos of these men having babies. I be telling these kids, see, a man can have a baby. I'm like, stop the cap. You know that's a woman transitioning because a woman will transition all the way to getting her breast cut off, getting testosterone, growing a beard, growing a mustache, but she won't get that box cut on. See, she gonna still have that box. She can pretend like a male all she wants to, but when she take off her pants, she gonna have a what you call it? You know what I'm trying to say, y'all.
Yeah.
She still gonna have that nut bush down there.
Nurse Fan, you too much. Now this is only a 9-minute video. father takes his son wearing a dress to prom. I'm gonna leave out the other part. I'm not here to disrespect. Whatever you decide to do, that's your business. It's not mine to sit up here and try to ridicule you or talk crazy. I'm not gonna do that part. But I will add my opinion and give my honest opinion about it. All right, here we go. Fair use. This is for entertainment purposes only.
It is so damn beautiful.
My husband surprised his son by taking him to the prom.
Don't mess up that makeup, gathering.
Now, do you see Anton's face right now? He is with disgust with this. Oh, Lord. It's like it offended him so much so, like he ready to reach through the computer, Nurse Betty. Trust. I'll try to make light of it, though. I know it ain't a subject that you can really make light of because it does. It rub a lot of people the wrong way. I get it. I get both sides. I get that side, but the side that I'm trying to really just pay attention to is sometimes it's okay not to put all of your business on social media. It really is. Because nothing to me ain't nothing sacred no more in this social media era. It's like everything got to be on display for social media so you can say, hey, look at me. Hey, look at what I'm doing with my family. Even if your family, is under the LGBTQ community, whatever, right? Me personally, if you don't want no backlash over something like this, because I see it from what Anton is looking at it and what he say about it. Again, I agree with a lot of points that he made about this, but I'm not going to come with all that. It feel like he was like still hateful. It's like a hateful, and again, what you do in the comfort of your own home is your business. I'm not going to get that invested into saying what you should and shouldn't do and this and that. Now, what I will say was, I don't think this was the social media. They could have just did a video and just had the memories of father going with son to the prom on their own. They didn't have to put it out on social media for everyone's consumption to see and hear. Because this is what you're going to get when people actually see this.
Oh my goodness. Look at the women encouraging.
Yeah.
You hear the women in the background?
Let them fall on the floor. Let them fall.
Now, why didn't the dad step in and kind of, at that point, I think the man would have at least, look, son, it's okay. Come on, I need you to straighten up. Now, why was he so emotional about when his dad popped up to take him out to prom? That's what I was confused about right there. Was he not forewarned that his daddy was going to do this or something like that? Like that part right there was confusing to me, Nurse Betty. I'm just going to be honest.
I know. Oh, poor baby. I know my son. Hold on. They're teaching him how to let his kids fall without messing up his makeup.
Fan and everything.
Oh, Mellow's crying.
That's too much coddling right there to me, Nurse Betty. I mean, goddamn.
That's a shame.
That's over the top. That's too much coddling for a 17. young man, regardless if that's what he
This
chooses to do. I don't get that part right there myself.
this young man could have been a gay young man. He could have been a proud gay young man. But my thing is, what's with the dress and the nails and the lashes and the hair? You can be gay without trying to doing all that. There's nothing wrong with being gay. But it's the over the top extraness for me. And
Right.
then some of these people have their mitigated all to tell you we not female, we cis. That's when I be ready to pull out my thing and just end it for them.
Oh, Lord. Good morning, distracted one. I miss you back. Good morning, Flying Low. We're going over a video Anton made a reaction to yesterday, and he actually had a full panel about this late on last night. And I was watching it. I had to tune out because it started to be like a again, I'm not taking nobody's opinion away. You're entitled to think the way you want to think about it, but like when it becomes hateful, because again, he's only going to go off the teachings of what his mom and his dad abide by, whatever the case may be. Again, I'm just trying to figure out, was the daddy all the way in his life or partially in his life? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Distracted One, for that $5 super chat. John Smiles, good to see you. Thank you. So that's the part that's really confusing to me. Like, I mean, has he been distant away from his life, and all of a sudden he just was it talked about with the mom that the mom thought that the dad should take him? Like, and then too, why don't he just have his own date? I mean, if that's the case, now I can accept that, even though I wouldn't be around it, but I can accept that better than the daddy going with him on prom. How come he couldn't get his own date? That part I don't get. I just don't get it.
He didn't know his pops was gonna be there. He's crying. This is monumental. I know.
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Oh.
This is horrible.
Oh. Come on, I need pictures. Excuse me. Ready? Good.
Now, hey, good morning, Dialogue with Me TV. Now she say, I'm here, John. This is hard to watch. Our boys are more feminine and our girls have become more manly. I'm just going to have to stay in the house at this point. No, Dialogue with Me TV, you can go on outside. You know what you're staying for. That's all what counts. My life struggles, say JB Reactions. I wonder who was the 17-year-old who he asked that turned him down. I don't even want to wonder that. I don't even care. I don't care. I don't even care. I swear I don't. My life, I don't care. Look, it's nothing wrong. Like, I mean, if you're going to go on prom and you spend your money on the tickets and this and that and the third, I mean, even if you didn't, I mean, I don't see it being nothing wrong for going by itself. Long as he had went to go have a good time, that's all what matters. And for him to have the courage to go to prom like this, oh man. Oh Lord, Nurse Petty, I'm just thinking about back in the day. Oh Lord, that would have never flown like that at all. At all.
John, I just want to say one more thing before I get off of here. Because I'm going to get off of here and I'm off today, so I'm lay around and be a ball. But I just want to say to all the women, stay feminine, stay pretty, stay in your natural self. When we out here, a lot of these women, especially young women, wear this drag makeup. If you know what a drag queen is, then you know what drag makeup is. Yes, I'm sorry. The extra lashes, the long extra hair, the extra nails. You know, we don't need all that. When you born with what God gave you, as far as being a woman, we don't gotta do all that. Because we got something that we got the givers of life. You know, can't nobody else do what real biological women do. We ain't got to compete with the sissies and the drag queens. It ain't no competition when it comes to being a woman. But I just need my women to just remember, you know, y'all, we are beautiful. I've never seen an ugly woman, maybe on the attitudes, but never. We
So
are
did you see my
the
reaction?
best of the best.
Did you see my reaction to Vivica Fox getting that BBL at her age at 60 years old?
And she just fucked herself up because she
I
wasn't
told
an
her,
ugly woman.
no,
She's a very beautiful woman. All that extra she thought she needed. Ain't nobody looking at BBL stinky booties no more.
I didn't get that because Vivica was all together from the jump. Like, why would she mess with something that was already together? I didn't get that at all. I don't care. Why would, and then you waited to 60 years old to want to play change up or something like that? It's too much going on out here with these BBLs. To me, and this is just my opinion. Look, I would rather a woman just be straight natural than to have to go and fix herself up in a certain way because she's feeling insecure about her body and how she. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. And you just said it, Dialogue with Me TV, because she's insecure. But I don't see why. I don't get that. When you all together, like, why is it that you have to? Even now, you got men doing that. Like, damn, ain't nothing to you saying, well, why am I messing with something that the Lord then gave me? I'm supposed to be humble and make it better. It's ways of making yourself better without having to go through no surgery. But people want to
John,
take.
have you seen them?
I'm listening, Nurse Patty.
Have you seen the man with the BBL?
No, and I don't want to see that shit.
I know you don't.
I keep hearing about it and shit. I'd rather just hear about it, but I don't want to see that shit. To be fair, I don't want to see a woman do it because it's too much. It's too much risk involved doing that. You feel what I'm saying? It's cases that women that went to go do that surgery and the surgery got botched and they end up unaliving their own self because why they wanted to change something that they was insecure about, in my opinion. Because why even go through all that? You feel what I'm saying? Then every 10 years, you got to go and do it again. So every 10 years, you better have that money to be able to do it again. Otherwise, sag, it's going to look nasty. And, you know, who really wants to go through all that?
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing a lot of damage to their bodies based off doing all these surgeries and facelifts. And I know a few nurses that messed their face up getting Botox. I'm like, yo, black. What y'all getting Botox for? Our
Right,
skin don't
Rachel?
even age the same way that they skin age. And then to mess themselves up getting Botox injections in their face. I just look at them and shake my head. Because that's a certain level of insecurity that makes you want to have your body cut on. But yeah, I'm gonna get back down and shout out and said enough.
Okay, Nurse Petty. I'm gonna run the rest of this video so everybody can see. Now, my life. How do a parent protect their child's innocence when they're going through identity crisis? I ain't no parent, so I can't answer that. That would have to be that question would have to be to the parents because I'm not a parent, so I can't answer that. And Kanye's mom, right, like you said, Rachel. Yeah, Kanye's mom went through that, tried to get surgery, and it botched on her. And I mean, that's why I believe that Kanye is going crazy as he going crazy now. In my opinion. I mean, Kanye to me, in my opinion, that completely lost his damn mind.
I love the kid in this. Let it know. Let it go. Okay. Any emotions?
This is absolutely horrible. It's bad in every single way, shape, and form. And it's the reason why I believe that fathers need to have a strong presence throughout their sons' lives. Because
Now, Anton, this is what I will say to that. You do have still fathers that's in their son's life and they end up being that way. So what about those that actually is in their son's life and they still end up being the way that they want to be? So I mean, do that really matter at this point? Because if whatever child that wants to do what they do, look at D Wade. D Wade has been in his child's life for all his life, and his son is what he is. So to me, I don't think that really makes it. It does, and then it doesn't. That's not a deal breaker to me, at least in my opinion.
because when they are then raised by their mothers, it is often at times going to end up disastrous. You can hear the women in the background. Oh, that means that they've already had an influence on this boy. They've already beat the father, and I'm not sure exactly what the dynamics is. I don't know if he's a, you know.
Boy, y'all is killer up in the chat. But look, look. That's what y'all say. I ain't saying that about D Wade. That's what y'all said. The point I was making is, I mean, it's not a deal breaker. Yes, the father is necessary in the young man's life, no question. But you still got instances when the father is there and the child end up still going that way. You feel what I'm saying? Insatiable is my name. Good morning, brother. God bless you and yours, man. Melly, what's the word, Law? I'm not messing with the chat. I'm letting y'all get it off.
Father that, you know what I'm saying, is divorced or whatever, so on and so forth, or whatever the situation is.
Rocky, what's the word, Rocky? I see you in the building. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you, man. Boy, y'all is killing it up in the chat. Whoo, Lord Jesus. Deja will say, take it from a woman, JB. Oh, Lord. Y'all is killing D Wade up in the chat. I'm staying up out y'all business.
But this is 1000% what is happening within the Black community.
Correct, Blur. Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson when it's in his son's life from the jump, and his son still went that way. So is y'all go put Magic Johnson in that same category? I'm just saying. See, if we gonna mention basketball players, Magic Johnson's son is, you know, and Magic Johnson been in his son's life. So I mean, do you say that Magic Johnson swings a certain way? I mean, hey, allegedly, I'm just asking.
I believe it's what's happening in American culture in general, but there's no way that you would ever, you know what I'm saying, look at this or look at the father just from optics on the outside and be like, you know what? I think that that's the situation.
I knew it. Actually, he was kissing Isaiah. Come on, Law. I thought I'd throw that on out there too, since y'all talk about D Wade, you might as well bring up Magic Johnson.
That you find yourself in at all. And so when they say, Anton, you too strict, Anton, you need to let them make their own choices, not as long as you under my covering. Not as long as you under my covering, and under no circumstances am I going to validate it. Because the minute that you then validate it or give it permission, because I'm not saying that.
Now, this what I will say. I'm not validating that or asking no permission or anything like that. Look, I've learned over the course of time that gay people is still people nonetheless. They lifestyle don't affect me. I'm not around that type of lifestyle. So, I mean, again, do you find it to be to most a little sickening? I could get that part too, but like they lifestyle don't affect me. So I'm not going to sit up here and have no outrage about something like this to that degree. Again, I could disagree with what I see, but am I going to come off hateful like he still don't have a right to do what he does? No. Again, it doesn't affect me. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you put it out on social media, you're going to have a lot of people that's going to disagree with this in its entirety. And I get their side too.
Eventually that people wouldn't be able to make their own decisions, but how you raise a child, and I truly believe this, how you raise a child and what you put into them in their adolescence is often at times the things that they either going to stick with or come back to. And you absolutely have to stand on business when it comes to what is right and what is wrong. And this is dead wrong in my opinion. And you can say, well, Anton, you don't have to have an opinion about it, because that's what a lot of women will do. And that's what a lot of women say inside the comments of these types of videos. But when you put it out there publicly for everybody to see, you're basically, opening yourself up not only for criticism, but you can't live in an echo chamber and say, well, you only supposed to see it one way, or we only want to hear from one group of people. If you go down the comments of this video, it is all, and when I say all, it is 100% women validating this behavior.
Now, again, I don't validate it, but a person don't need my permission to be who they want to be either. You know what I'm saying? And regardless if they put it on social media, yes, you're correct. You give people a reason to add their opinion to what they see and what they hear. I just choose on certain things not to add my opinion because, see, for one, I don't care. That's really, I ain't got to even go. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. This doesn't affect my daily life. Now, again, the only thing that I would question about all this is that where's the other men that's in his family and why they not there to support him going off to prom? I simply don't care. Now, again, we all can be outraged about different things that we see on social media. I get that part too. But this ain't one of them that I'm going to be like super outraged about. And not because I'm validating it or not because I'm trying to accept it, because I don't personally accept nobody else's lifestyle. I accept my own lifestyle. And as long as I'm not involving myself in certain lifestyles, then it don't affect me, then I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Look, again, everybody has their right to their opinion once you put it out here on social media. So if you don't want the nasty comments, maybe you shouldn't put certain things on out that you know for a fact that will get negative attention.
And when you occasionally see a guy that comments on it.
Now, wait a minute. Dialogue with Me TV says, I'm going to give a little pushback, John. Would you agree that it affects us all when we have a bunch of mentally ill, hurt kids who turns into hurt adults? I mean, shit, hell, I think all of us to a certain degree, well, most of us have dealt with hurt and mental anguish or whatever the case may be. It's all about the individual and how they handle it. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I had an identity crisis or this and that and the third. No, me personally. But everybody, what I've learned to understand is everybody is different. They think different. Situations is different. So I hate that, you know, look, I can sit up here and try. I won't psychoanalyze it that way, but at the same time, I can only control what I can control. You can't control nobody else and what they want to do and how they want to move and how they want to, you know, portray themselves, right? So again, it don't affect me. So I'm not going to sit up here and me personally, I hope that they get the help that they need if it's something dealing with mental illness, right? I do. But that's as far as it goes for me. As far as your lifestyle and what you want to do, it just be best if you're not willing to stand up to the criticism that's going to come behind it, then maybe you shouldn't put it on social media. That's just my opinion about it. I don't feel like it actually affects me in what I do in my own lifestyle. It don't affect me. Now, again, I can sit up and try to have fake outrage about it, but then what's that gonna get me? That ain't gonna get me nowhere to have to me, that'll just be fake outrage because what's in this video right here don't affect me. Now, because it's up to the parents to get they young man the help that they need. It's not up to me, it ain't up to you, it ain't up to nobody else in this chat. And they the only ones that would know if he's really dealing with some mental issues anyway. So that's why I can't gauge it a certain way like that. If hopefully I answered your question, Dialogue with Me TV.
They'll say something like, where's the sun, or something like that, or whatever. Guys, largely, most guys, especially guys that understand traditional culture or stand in the business or is truly rooted in whatever it is that they believe spiritually, they don't rock with this. And so a lot of times you'll see women that is validating this. When we see women or guys that, you know, are going into women's bathrooms or going into women's sports, that is usually being validated by women. And it's validated. You can say, well, some women will say, no, we don't want that. We don't want this. They're your best friends. Y'all validate every aspect of their lifestyle. Y'all get dressed around them. Y'all think that these is y'all best friends. Y'all, every woman, almost every woman, even the ones that say I disagree with men and women's sports will say, yeah, but I got gay friends and all of this other type of stuff. And listen, I'm not going to dehumanize somebody, meaning that I will never tell them that they can't pursue, you know, that you can't make money or you shouldn't be able to work or all of this other type of stuff. But you shouldn't be bringing your lifestyle into the workplace anyway. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be bringing that.
Now, Anton, I will agree with you on that. I don't feel your personal business as far as what you do behind closed doors should ever trickle down to the place where you work at. Because, see, that right there would make a lot of people uncomfortable working around you. So I do agree with that. Look, whatever you do behind closed doors, let it stay behind closed doors, because at the end, put it like this. Do you have straight people doing the most? Yes. And I feel like straight people, when they do the most, they should leave that behind closed doors. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it on nobody's end. What you do behind closed doors, it should stay behind closed doors. I don't care nothing about none of that. to me, it's a certain way that you want to act in public anyway. Now, it's all good to show affection to your significant other, but man, I ain't about to be doing all that and hitting my girl on the ass, and I'm not doing all that. That's something that I could be doing in private. I don't have to display all that to the public, because to a certain people, they'd be like, well, damn, is he really showing that woman respect? Well, he's very disrespectful. He just smacking all on the ass, and he ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a perception thing to me. Again, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
And even if you do, you know what I'm saying? If you're great at your job, and it depends on whatever the type of job is, if it's not forward facing, if it's not affecting the business, I don't really care about that. What I do care about is our cultural norms, because now you have more men than ever that are basically sassy. Their sons are sassy, and then they grow up to believe that this is normal. This is not normal in any way, shape, or form.
That's up for interpretation. Because, Anton, if you look in the Bible, all this was already in play before we was ever even a gleam in our daddy's eye. I mean, if we want to get all the way in depth into it, homosexuality has been around just as long as heterosexuals. Let's just be honest. Now, it may not, it wasn't praised like that back then, but it was still around. So, I mean, I can't all the way. It's a thing now, and I'm most definitely gonna point the blame at Obama for all this shit. That's just my own personal opinion, but I won't get too much into all that.
And you can call me strict. You can say that you're overbearing and all of this type of stuff, but this is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is one of the worst things that you can do for your kid, is to validate bad behavior. Brain is not even fully developed. Wearing basically a dress, and now you don't see any other men. In this picture, it was all women around that was saying, oh, and let me take a picture and let me post this to the internet. And they've basically said that this is normal. This is why you don't need, in a lot of instances, female leadership, especially when it comes to politics or church.
That part right there, Blurred. That part right there. You really took the words out of my mouth, because I really didn't want to get that much in depth into it. But yeah. So again, you could thank Barack Obama for what he set president with all this, right? I mean, if you really want to put it on somebody, you might as well put it at the source. Once Barack Obama, in my opinion, put out these so-called rights for the LGBTQ community, I mean, I just knew right then and there that it was like a power shift or something. Think about it. Now, it ain't like it was back in the day when, you made insults to a gay man or a lesbian or whatever the case may be. I mean, let's just be honest. I remember you couldn't at one point saw no man walking down the street holding hands with another man. Not from where I'm from, because they was going to get beat up, robbed, all that type of shit. I mean, let's just be totally honest. That was something that was not regular back in the day. But now in this generation, now it's so accepted. Like, if you sit up here and you try to approach or say any derogatory names towards a gay man or a lesbian woman, guess what? You're going to get canceled. Guess who's up in the Senate? Pay attention.
Church, I believe that the Black church has been infiltrated, and that's the reason why you see so many rainbow flags, which goes against the very thing that was said in the Bible of what it was for. You know what I'm saying? It was a covenant between God and man, and he would never flood the earth and eliminate man, wipe out man totally ever again after the floods. And so, you know, you see this nonsense and you see how it's playing out, and men are becoming, you know, they marrying men, they going in women's bathrooms, they turning up at the clubs, they singing in the.
Now, I don't agree with no man ever going up in a women's bathroom. I'm never going to agree with that. Look, they even got it to where in certain gas stations that it got both man and woman on the door, on both doors. So basically both genders can even go up in the same bathroom. I don't agree with that shit. Like, I don't want no woman up in the damn bathroom with me. I don't want to, just no more than I would feel that a woman want to smell a man's shit. I don't want to be in no damn bathroom with no woman. Not even with my own woman. No, I can wait until you get out the bathroom. The fuck? Hell no.
Choirs, it's just bad, bro. It's bad. And you can't validate in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't mean that you have to dehumanize people, but I will absolutely 100% deal with this. Thank God that this is not a norm within me, but culturally, this should not be accepted. He seemed like he'd been beat into submission.
Now, I'm not going to assume nothing because I don't know this man. I don't know his history. So I won't assume that he got beat into no submission about taking his own son to prom, right? I'm not going to do that. I don't think the same-sex marriage people should be allowed to adopt children. Now, that's an interesting point that you make right there. That's an interesting point. That's a nice little debate for another day or today. I won't debate that because, hey, you know, I don't have no sides that I will pick with that. As long as they treat the child the right way, I mean, hey, dudes act like this is new. RuPaul has been around since the 90s. Blur, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I understand social media wasn't really popping back then, but please, you think people had an issue with RuPaul and his antics and all that? They most definitely had a problem with it. But what can you do? The society was accepting RuPaul or anybody that was doing that drag dressing or whatever the case may be. They been was accepting it. So, I mean, look, they looked at it, and a lot of people were just looking at it just as far as the entertainment part of it. But right, Boy George. So it was already, I mean, what was all the ridicule about them individuals even back then? I mean, you heard the chatter behind the scenes, but like, I don't hear nobody mentioning them. I'm just saying.
He also need to question the mindset.
Wait, hold on. Elton John, Little Richie, Reggie Reyes, what's the word? Little Richie. Come on now. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Little Richie, Elton John. Come on, man. So it was cool because they was entertaining and they was singing some songs and everything, right? I mean, you got people to this day will still play their music. So I'm trying to figure out if we not supposed to be accepting it, then it's supposed to be all the way around the board, in my opinion. Then you shouldn't be listening to Boy George music. You shouldn't be listening to Elton John music. Little Richie, you know what I'm saying? you shouldn't be listening to their music. But it was right. It wasn't no social media back then. But all I'm saying is, you have these people that say that, but I bet you if they music play, they gonna be bopping, they gonna be snapping their fingers and everything. So you can't just accept the music, but then you shun what they show you. You feel what I'm saying? It's either you all in or you all out, in my opinion.
Said of the woman that he married or the woman that he's with, if he
right. George Jefferson, I didn't even find out about him. Right. George Michael's Insatiable. Right. I didn't even know George Jefferson was that way until I got older in my 30s. That's when I found out that he was. But I mean, again, this is what already society has put out there for everyone to consume. And nobody was spewing out hate towards these individuals. You know why? Because the entertainment was on par. Everybody was entertained by these individuals. I'm just saying.
It's just bad. It's bad all the way across the board. I don't agree with it. I'm pretty sure that it's a lot of people that probably do agree with it, but that's why I don't operate in an echo chamber and I welcome other people's opinions.
Now, I knew about Carl Winslow, Melly, but I didn't know about Uncle Phil. See what I mean? I did not know nothing about it, no Uncle Phil, but I already knew about Carl Winslow. I knew about him, but not Uncle Phil. Oh, man, no, James Avery, rest up, though, James Avery, rest up, man. Again, did not know that. I can't believe Uncle Phil. God damn. Come on, Uncle Phil. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Now, Melly, you say sweeter than a sweeter. Oh, sweeter than a sweeter. Sweeter than a honeycomb. Shout out to Andre O.D. Kimball.
That boy is sweet.
So
sweeter than the honey on the honeycomb. Sweeter than the honey on the honeycomb. Sweeter.
I'm gonna come over here.
Sweeter than the we don't tell the world about it. Sweeter.
Come over here.
Sweeter than the we don't tell the world about it. So you should have stayed your ass out of jail. Stop trying to be a real nigga, and your boy wouldn't have his ass so high up in the air that them goddamn white boys can see it and play with it. Stupid motherfucker. I'm mad you want to sit up here and sound like you Negro dominant all of a sudden because another man flew him out and paid him. Now all of a sudden you Negro dominant. Bitch ass nigga, you was just selling real dinners the other day. Nigga, you ain't nobody special. Shut the fuck up with your red mic. Where's that boy at you been hiding on YouTube? When are we ever gonna see you with that boy?
I can talk so fly.
I'm asking, are we ever gonna see you with that boy?
So bad, so fly. You're fat, desperate, and lonely.
Are you ever gonna show that boy? Stop attacking a woman. You say something to me, you bitch.
Hold on for a second.
Yes, ma'am.
For 3 months, you never come over here to say fucking things to me. And now you're coming over here to tell me that I'm desperate? Yes. I was having a cooking show, doing what I'm doing. You're not asking you or any motherfucking body else for anything. What the fuck are you talking about? You look at this shit, y'all. Look at what? When Brown Skin and Moonlight got up here, you said you don't do that on your show. You said you don't want people talking about families and stuff on your show. That's what you said.
Shut up, bitch. You talk about families all day. Stop telling her how to run her show, nigga, because you don't want everybody to know that your son ass be in the air, nigga. You run around here calling everybody gay and your son ass be in the air. Now, when are you going to bring that boy to YouTube? I'm gonna come over here. up here and lie like that on my name.
He has audio of it.
Let me explain something to you. Just because he took down those videos, when he's bringing up my daughters and showing twerk videos, this is what was said. He put my daughter up twerking on Musical.ly. He said, I'm going to play it all. Now he want to interrupt. You see, he come off that mic now.
When did that happen? So
Now he want to come off the mic now. Now you want to interrupt now. So he put my daughters on the stripper body. He put my daughters on the stripper body. I said, you keep fucking with my daughters, nigga. You keep fucking with my daughters. I got nephews the same age as his daughter that's out there popping her ass all over the goddamn internet. She out there popping her ass. And I said, you keep running your mouth, I can make sure my nephew can get to your daughter and they can gang bang her ass, not gang rape nobody. Gang bang a train, you bitch ass nigga. You ain't never ran a train on a woman where it's 2 men and 1 girl? So you stop the cap, you bitch ass nigga. Your daughter shaking ass all over the internet, but you worried about my daughter shaking ass, you lying bitch. Now, and your daughter shaking ass, your son shaking ass, and you gay as a motherfucker chasing a man ass, you bitch ass nigga.
See,
how about that?
I'm only here to prove a point how people.
You ain't proving nothing, you lying motherfucker. You ain't proving a goddamn thing. You a coward. You a coward who deleted videos. You are a coward who deleted videos, nigga. You are a coward who deleted videos, you coward asshole. Play the video right now. Play the video right now. Play the video right now.
Attack mine.
Play the video right now. Play the video right now. Play the video right now. You can trick them slow ass people over there with your editing. Play the video right now.
What I do? You can't tell the truth.
You can't tell the truth, you big nose gonzo looking motherfucker.
Look, these are not my words. These are the words of the bus, Kwame Brown. And fair use allows me to play a snippet of what he said. And to be fair, I mean, look, we can sit up here and have outrage about a lot of things that people say on here. Please, people was very outraged about what I said. But the way I look at it is, people can tell from your conversation if you're really that way. They can tell by your mannerisms, how you talk, right, so to speak. You can't, you can't engage off the internet on somebody's sexuality, because a lot of people say a lot of shit on this damn app. Let's just be honest. And it ain't my job to regulate on who gonna be what just because of some words, right? At least I try not to do that. Now, have I been guilty of it in the past? Yes, I have. But I don't continue to have that type of talk, or I don't have like a record. You can't pull a video and say, well, you said this to this person, or you said this to that person. No, you can't. But they will only bring up the fact that what I said just that once. And that's cool. I have to accept that because I did say it. But do that really mean that I'm that way? No. But I'm not going to sit up here and try to prove that to strangers on the internet. Believe what the fuck you want to believe. That's how I look at it. Believe what the fuck you want to believe. If you want to believe that, bye. Stay the fuck away from me then. That's just the way I see it. When you didn't have people to say way worse. Spit in somebody's mouth, put somebody want to put a finger up a butt. Like, come on. Like, all right. Now I can sit up here and call myself one to judge that all the fuck I want, right? But in real life, though, I don't care. I don't give a damn what you say to another man. I'm not that invested. Now, yes, would it be something to talk about? Of course, everybody has the right to speak their mind about what's said. But me, I just choose not to be so invested about what another man say to another man. I don't give a fuck. You know what, Nurse Petty? Carlos had, his birthday was just this past weekend. So I want to say he's still celebrating. That's why you don't see Carlos typing up in the chat. Now, he did make a post letting everybody know that it was his birthday. But then that was it after that. I ain't heard nothing else from him. Shit, Carlos is, like I said, I'm just assuming, I don't know. But he probably still celebrating his birthday. Yeah, he probably still celebrating his birthday. And if you is in the clouds, you seen him in the chat yesterday, Thick Cut? Oh, okay. Wait a minute, Law Rico Reckless got people saying spit in a man's Now see, that's wild. And look, if you really want to like break that down, I think people when they say that, it's just for attention, just to have people talking about it. I mean, I don't know that man personally to even want to think that way, but again, a lot of people say a lot of shit on these social media apps just for shock jock value and to get some attention. And that's where I leave it at right there. Yeah, it's still nasty. Oh, yeah, it's still nasty as fuck. But like, again, it probably was a calculated thing. Probably. I don't want to assume nothing about an individual that I don't know. Look, think about it like this, right? Why y'all think I never jumped out the window on Garrick? Y'all never heard me just call that man no Medea. All the names that y'all call that man, I never did that. I called him by the name that his mama and daddy gave him. No matter what he said about me, no matter what drop he want to play about me, I don't give a shit about that. I still kept the respect level with that man because why? I don't know that man personally. All I know is what he says and does on YouTube. I don't know this man off this app, nor do I want to know him off this app. Okay? I don't know. I'm good on all that, right? But people they say the most outlandish things for clicks and views, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just be honest. Because why? They need people to speak about them so they can keep them relevant in the algorithms. Now, you could put the question if he really would do something like that or not. I mean, that's up to the discernment of you to do. But I won't even go down that rabbit hole because, see, then once you go down that type of rabbit hole, it can most definitely come off like you're spewing out hate speech towards a protected group. And on here on YouTube, no, Thick Cut, you good, man. You good. Most definitely, you good, Thick Cut. It's all good. Trust me, we already, I think the last time I went live was last Thursday. Because I haven't been live since. Matter of fact, was that Friday? Was that last Friday I went live? No, that was last Friday. We had asked about what Carlos was. So, yeah, we good. Wait a minute. Insatiable says, Kevin Gates spit in the female's fan's mouth. I blame her. She let him. Now, I didn't know Kevin Gates spit up in a woman's mouth. I didn't know that. No, I don't know nothing about that. Insatiable. I didn't know nothing about that. didn't know that. I didn't know that. Damn. I'm not into all that shit. I ain't know nothing about all that. Oh Lord, see, I'll be glad that I'll be missing shit like that, because that right there now, that's just over the top to me, y'all. That to me is over the top. Now again, that's his business. I ain't even gonna entertain that. That's his business. I know I wouldn't be doing that during a concert. Insatiable, you saying this was done during him doing his own concert? He spit up in the young man. If you don't get the hell on up out of here, you got to be lying, boy. Man. Blurred say Kevin Gates like to keep it in the family. Boy, y'all is brutal up in this chat early this Tuesday morning. Lord, it ain't even 9 o'clock yet. Boy, y'all is on a roll. Jesus Christ. Boy, y'all is on a roll here. Lord, 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 Lord. Oh my God. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Now, this what I didn't understand about this. Now, you know what, now, man, I'm not even going to touch that. I'm not even going to touch that. I'm just going to leave that completely alone. Man, you can't spit on me doing sex. No, I ain't with none of that spitting shit. That's nasty. That's nasty, Nurse Petty. Ain't no spitting and all that other extracurricular shit. No. The hell you talking about? Nah, man. Cause then that's gonna turn into a whole nother conversation, and I don't talk about sex over here. We all grown. If you don't know what it is with sex by now, at the age that you at now, you ain't gonna learn that shit from me. Not over here. Not over here. If you don't know nothing about sex at the age that you at now, then ain't nothing that I could possibly teach you or tell you about the shit. Why y'all think there's certain things that I just won't talk about on my channel? Sex, religion, and politics. No, fuck that. Not talking about that. Because at the end, you see what I'm saying, Nurse Petty? Damn, what the fuck can I tell anybody up in this chat about some damn sex? I'm not even going to entertain that. Shit, if you don't know about now, then hey, that's on you. Maybe you need to go and find somebody, a sex therapist or something, to teach you or something. Or go back to sex education or something back in high school. I ain't going to be able to teach you a bitch ass thing. Fuck all that. No, I'm good. You can't, I can't teach you nothing about that. Not over here. I won't talk about religion because you got a lot of people that do not believe that there's a God. And that's their right not to believe that it is a God. I'm not about to go back and forth with no person telling me it's scientific proof that it ain't no God and dot. I don't want to hear that shit. How about you can stick to what you believe and allow me to stick to what the hell I believe. And that's how I play that. Now, do I agree with people mocking and making jokes? If it's all in fun and games, like long as it ain't going overboard. But you got some people that use the Lord's name in vain for money, monetary gain, for views and likes. I ain't about to do all that now. People know my position and what I believe in. Hey, I don't go down that rabbit hole at all. Whatever you believe, if you don't believe there's a God, cool. But I don't want nobody that don't believe in God trying to force something down my throat to tell me that, well, this is the proof right here. Man, look, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Just like you don't want to hear me preach to you and get scriptures in the Bible and all this and that. You don't want to hear that shit, and I don't care to even tell you about it. I can't convince you that it's a God, so don't try to convince me that it ain't no God. How about you keep your beliefs on over there where you at? Shit, I don't want to hear that shit. Shit, I don't want to hear that. I promise y'all, look, when people get to talking about religion, and you know, we all know who dibs and dabs into it that way, and they show this and show that to say it's proof. That's what you say. All I ask is that you don't shit on me as far as my beliefs, and I won't shit on your beliefs. How about that? We leave it even that way. Because again, you won't win that type of conversation. It is what it is. What's the word? You're not going to win. Who the fuck? I'm not going to sit up here and debate nobody that don't believe in God, and I'm going to debate you, and I'm going to ask you, well, where you get your information? You got it from man. So how is this man so credible? Like, I'm not about to get into all that. If you find that man credible on the information that you looking for, cool. That's how I look at that. I don't get into those type of conversations at all, because at the end, I feel nobody wins that. That's not even, to me, a healthy debate, because all it's going to do is just somebody going to be pissed off in the whole situation. Either the person that believes in God going to be pissed off at the person that don't believe in God, or the person that don't believe in God going to be pissed off at the person that do believe in God. No, not going to start up no shit like that, including with politics. I hate talking about politics because all it is just you talking. Unless you're going to really affect some change into the laws of what's going on in the whole land, then all you doing is talking. So I don't want to just spin my wheels on something that is just talk. It's no change. We can sit up here and debate all you want about politics. What good is that going to do if no change come behind the talk? Somebody explain that to me. I'm not going to sit up here and do that. I can't. Not in sound man, because I feel like that'll just be counterproductive. Because everybody got their own way of thinking about certain things. So how come I can't just allow people just, hey, think how you want to think about that, but please don't try to debate me about it, because I don't want no debate. I don't want to talk about that. I'd rather talk about like what's going on in the world, like worldly events that's happening right now. And rest up to George Foreman. Shout out to one of the heaviest, hardened, hidden heavyweights that we done had in our time. Again, rest up, George. Rest up, man. I just want to make sure I put that on out there, because yes, I do know about George Foreman passing several days ago. He was most definitely a heavy hitter. He most definitely was a heavy hitter. No, he wasn't perfect, but he did try his best to redeem himself, turn his life around. And for those who don't know George Foreman's story, maybe you should look up his documentary. I've already looked at it. Trust me, I know all about his past, especially for what the media has displayed. And again, none of us is perfect. We put these entertainers on a certain pedestal, though, and we expect them to just live perfect lives. But that would be false, because they're human beings just like we is. The only difference is they in a way different tax bracket than we is. That's what the difference is. As far as them being human beings and allowed to make mistakes, yeah, they're going to make mistakes just like any one of us. But we as people sometimes can be so critical and be so harsh and acting like what we say is really going to change the way they change their lives or whatever. Ain't nothing what I say about nobody on here going to change their lives. People going to be who they is. You just try to stay grounded yourself, stay true to yourself and how you going to be. Hey, as long as it ain't consuming you, then, you know, it is what it is to me. And I won't allow what the world does consume me. Can't let that happen. Exactly. Insatiable. That is correct. Celebrities are just people with money and talent. That's it. Now think about this, Insatiable. Any one of us could have been one of those celebrities if we'd have went down that path. I'm sure it's a lot of us up in this chat that has talent that if given a chance to display that, then you can make a lot of money too. That's what I believe. I believe that it's a lot of talented people in this chat, even on YouTube, that's not putting their cell phone out there like that. I'm sure if they did, shit, they'd be in the same position. Just saying. But then some people just don't want to be in no spotlight. And that will stop a lot of people from getting on out there to try to, you know, showcase their talent. Yeah, they can have all the talent in the world, but they, you know, look, this social media thing is something else. People with the microscope on you, on every single thing you do. You better come correct or don't come at all, basically. And like I said, people are so critical to a point where you're not able to even be yourself. You got to be somebody that you ain't. No, if I can't just be myself, then I don't want no parts of it. Now, when even me getting on YouTube and doing content, look, I never saw myself trying to be a big YouTuber. Not that way. I mean, now if it just comes about that way and it's in the cards for me to be that way, then okay, fine. But like, I'm not searching for that. You know what I'm saying? Now, in the beginning, did I maybe have a chance and I was giving myself a chance? Of course, you give yourself a fighting chance. You don't sit up here and just degrade your own self and say you can't do it. No. I like to think the opposite way. Like, yeah, if I put my mind to it and I really grind and I do the work, then I can get there. But then sometimes you think to yourself, is it all worth it? Is it worth the constant criticism that you're going to get from strangers? I mean, you know, you got to have that tough skin. You got to have a tough mental to really be with this content creating thing. You better have tough skin and you better have a tough mental, because otherwise it's going to swallow you up whole. It's going to swallow you up just as clearly as your name is going to swallow you up. Appreciate that slap on the neck. Insatiable is my name. Appreciate that slap on the neck, man. Appreciate that slap on the neck. So, I mean, me personally, y'all, I just try to stay humble. I don't go outside of what I would do for nobody. I've been there, done that. I jumped out the window. I done jumped out the window, did all type of old crazy shit on this damn app. And now in hindsight, I could just sit back and laugh at it though, you know. I mean, others can beat me up about it all they want, but at the end, I don't know them, and I frankly don't give a damn about what they got to say. Because in my opinion, they probably some lousy people that don't even support me any damn way.
You lousy motherfuckers that don't support me anyway, that call yourself hate me, ain't never met me, ain't never had a real conversation with me, but you hate me so much, and I love it, because guess what? I don't know me about your motherfucking hate. You don't know me in real time, lousy. You only know the persona that what I portray on YouTube. You don't know me in real life, and I don't know you in real life. I will never disrespect you and call you out your name, and I never did, but everybody else does, and you accept that. I don't disrespect you. I get loud. So fucking what? You lousy motherfuckers. So you lousy motherfuckers. I'm not no quiet-spoken individual. I get loud from time to time. That's me. I don't mean no disrespect, because I also know how to talk. You lousy motherfuckers. I also know how to temper myself down. But what I don't allow in my spirit is bullshit. You lousy motherfuckers. That's what I don't tolerate. I don't tolerate no bullshit from any motherfucker on this app. If you're on bullshit, I'm calling it out. Fuck about you damn lousy motherfuckers. You know why? Because if I do some fuck shit, you can call me out. You think I got time to worry about my emotions and my feelings? Especially if I did wrong. You lousy motherfucker. A motherfucker can't never say this out. For my actions. You lousy motherfucker. Nobody. You got these stupid motherfuckers sitting up here talking about I quit my job at 7-Eleven. Motherfucker, have proven that I quit my fucking job at 7-Eleven. You lousy. What the fuck is y'all really talking about here? You lousy motherfucker. And so what? If I did quit my motherfucking job and I want to go on in, that's my motherfucking business. The fuck? You lousy motherfuckers that don't support me anyway and call yourself hate me. Ain't never met me, ain't never had a real conversation with me, but you hate me so much, and I love it. Because guess what? I don't give a fuck about your motherfucking hate. You lousy motherfuckers that do not give a fuck about any one of you lousy that sit up here and talk lousy motherfuckers. Keep talking, motherfuckers. Keep talking. I love that shit. Why you lousy motherfuckers wake up thinking about lousy motherfuckers that don't support you. You lousy motherfuckers that don't support me anyway and call yourself hate me. I ain't never met me, ain't never had a real conversation with me, but you hate me so much, and I love it. Because guess what? I don't give motherfuckers. Got all of you. All of you around though. You loud ass motherfucker that don't support me anyway and call yourself And I can make it funny. Flying low, I owe you talent list. Sons of bitches won't win. It's gonna continue to man. Y'all gonna continue to be mad at a motherfucker like me. Because guess what? This shit ain't easy.
Yeah, this content creating thing is definitely not as easy as people may think it is. You got to work on it, just like anything that you do in life. You got to work to perfect your craft, right? You got to understand it's trial and error in everything that you do. What up with it not worth it? Happy Tuesday to you, bro. Hope all is well with you. And anything that you do in life, and y'all know this, you got to perfect your craft in order for you to be able to get it right every single time. So beforehand, it has to be trial and error. You got to mess up a couple times to really get it. But once you get it, then you just locked in, especially if you work towards it. I'm not talking about these shortcuts that a lot of people like to take. I don't believe in taking shortcuts. When you take a shortcut, you end up missing something throughout the whole process, and then it blows up in your face. So I just like to just keep grinding, keep working. That's why y'all haven't seen me on here since Friday. I've been grinding. I've been working. I've been really grinding it out. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in shortcuts. You would like to sometimes cut some corners here and there, but in reality, ain't no shortcuts if you want to really be successful in anything that you put your mind into. You can't take no shortcuts. You got to grind it out. Because the process in itself, yeah, it's grueling. Yeah, you're gonna take your lumps. You're gonna take a lot of things. But at the end, if you still standing, then that's what it's all about. It's all about persevering. Now, yeah, it was times that, man, look, I'm just want to be completely done with doing content. And it ain't, you know, to me, it was just not fun, right? I see it's hard if I was a people person, but I would try it, but I'm not. I hear you, Insatiable. I hear you. Well, I've always been a people person. I'm relatable. In a lot of ways, I am very relatable with a lot of people. Now, some that ain't going to relate to my views and how I see things, and that's cool too. I don't expect everybody to fall for everything that I say, but I still nonetheless have my own way of thinking. I've always been a free thinker. I don't let nobody think for me. Now, you can have your opinion and stand on it, right? Still ain't gonna make me change the way I see things. But I can respect where you coming from. You know, certain things that a lot of people be like, well, damn, Johnny Blaze, you ain't outraged about this? Nope. I'm not, because I'm not gonna go there. Yes, do it, the situation with the father taking the son on prom. Again, it was a lot of people very much so outraged about that, right? But I'm not. I mean, yeah, I have a few questions about it, but like, look, we not gonna say that this we had just now accepted this in the culture, because this was already in the culture long before all of this, before social media really start really gaining traction. So in sound mind, I can't sit up here and say, well, you know, just because of that incident. No, this been going on. No, this been going on. When Magic Johnson with his daughter now that was his son, he made down and went with him on prom, but he was showed up in that picture with him when I seen it a long time ago. Dwayne Wade. Now, say what you want about Dwayne Wade, but look, he's still in his child's life. No matter if in your opinion that you feel that he's, that's not for me to really talk about because I'm not invested in what another man chooses to have as his sexual preference. I don't give a fuck about that. Has he did anything in the social media eye that other than the painted nails and the certain type of pants or the man purse? Now, I don't agree with no damn man purse. I would never wear no shit like that. A wallet would do. A wallet would do. See, this would do. Right here, y'all. A wallet. A man wallet. Put in your back pocket. That's it. I don't want to wear no damn bag over my damn shoulder unless it's a book bag. Okay? I'm not sitting up here wearing all that. No. Now, I most definitely don't agree with that. I don't agree with these men wearing these damn capri pantses and shit like women. No, I don't agree with that. But guess what? It's still a choice. And it's their money. They spending the money on it. So I ain't giving them the money. I ain't giving them no money. So I don't care. But do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with that. I don't feel like no man, whether if you like that or not, should be wearing a fucking purse. And especially if you not like that, why would you want to wear something like a purse on you in the first place? I'm talking about these heterosexual men, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not talking about the gay men because it's damn near expected for them to do it. But when I see a heterosexual man wearing I can't wear nothing like that. Again, wallet. Don't wear no fucking bag. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. No. I'm not doing that. And again, I'm talking about these heterosexual men that say they straight, but then they wearing no type of bag. I don't get that. But then I realize it ain't for me to get. And if that's what they choose to do, so be it. But I will never accept that. Now, what I can't accept is a straight man sitting up here doing similar things to a gay man. That's what I can't accept. I can't do it, and not in sound mind. Now, it's one thing to get your nails and toes done and all this and that, but like, Petty and Meddy or whatever the case may be, but I'm not going that far. Exactly, Nurse Petty, it won't fly here either. If I had kids, it wouldn't fly. That's not no man shit. A woman is used to a man with this. I don't know too many women that's up in my chat that ain't used to a man going in his back pocket and pulling out a wallet instead of having a damn purse. Man, fuck that. Is you crazy? I was looking at LeBron and D-Wade crazy, especially LeBron. I'm like, LeBron, is you for real? You wearing fucking capris, my nigga. The fuck? Now I get if you wearing some Nike apparel and that's just the way it's gonna fit. Now I can almost go along with that part, but man, I'm not going along with no straight man wearing no capris or wearing no purse. No, it just, yeah, carrying a man. What the, Melly, I don't even know what the fuck that means. I swear I don't know what that means. I see that's the type of thing that I would never accept. I would never accept a heterosexual man sitting up here wearing a fucking purse or some leggings or some capris. I can't accept that. No, that's what I'm not going to ever validate. Now, again, I can expect that type of behavior from a gay man. Okay, cool. But when you have heterosexual men doing it, now you can kind of be like, no, wait a minute, LeBron. Now, I haven't seen LeBron wear no damn capri pants in a long time. So I'm glad that whatever phase or whatever he thought he was going through, that passed. Because LeBron, that shit wasn't looking good. And look, a fanny pack. Now, I had to give in to the fanny pack though, Blurred, because at one point I wasn't in agreement with no man wearing no fanny pack. I'm just gonna be honest. A fanny pack? I just wasn't in agreement with no shit like that. In sound mind, I couldn't just sit up here in my mind and you know, you see it on a regular mind. You see a lot of men wearing the fanny packs or whatever the case may be. If I can't put it up in my pocket, then maybe I need to not worry about it. Yeah, Nurse Petty, you ain't got to tell me. I promise you, that's a little bit too much for me. Now, YM Live, I knew Charleston White, not to switch gears, but I'm gonna switch gears. Man, look, Insatiable, I did not agree with Westbrook doing that shit. Like, what the fuck is you doing, man? Like, bro, I did not agree with that shit, bro. I did not. But it's like, you know, you a heterosexual man, you married with kids, and you putting on the fucking, like, okay, all right. See, and then that's why I get my outrage from. That's why I would get outraged about right there. Because should no heterosexual man, I don't give a fuck how much them people was talking about giving you money. What up with it, Carlos, man? Everybody been asking about you, man. Appreciate you popping up in the chat to let everybody know you all right. Shit, I thought you was still celebrating your birthday. Shit, shout out to Carlos, man. That y'all, hey, now y'all don't have to ask about him no more now, because he up in the chat. He up in the chat. Because everybody was putting out an APB out on you, Carlos. Yeah, everybody was putting an APB out on you. I was going to end up having to put one out on your ass. Like, wait a minute now. Pause. But I was going to put out an APB out on you. Like, where the fuck Carlos been at? Are you at the airport? Oh, see, I knew it. I knew you were still celebrating your birthday, Carlos. I knew it. Now, if I'm guessing, oh, you in California. Oh, well, now I'm just guessing on this one. You in California, that means you went to go see your son and have a good time for your birthday with your son. Allegedly. Now, I know you didn't go to California and didn't get a chance to see your son, so I can imagine you probably went to go hang out with him and kick it for your birthday. Allegedly. I don't know. I'm just guessing with that because, oh, you went on a cruise to Mexico? Oh, okay. All right. What was you able to see your son? I know he down there in school. Julian gonna ask, did you get your petty in Cali, Carlos? Oh, okay, so you did. All right. That's what's up. I figured if you went still, even if you was taking a cruise, like you know, your son down there, so I figured, yeah, you were going to see him anyway. Yeah. Look, Carlos answered you. Absolutely. All right, Deja Vu. Thank you for stopping through. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your Tuesday. Now, I'm going to switch gears. Not worth it going to say Mexico. Carlos was deported, JB. All lies. God damn, not worth it. You think what Carlos going to get deported for? God damn, Carlos, you got deported up out of Mexico? Shit. God damn. We glad knowing the cartel didn't get you. We ain't got no ransom money. Yeah, look, Nurse Petty, I ain't gonna lie. Boy, I'd have had to run a marathon to get some money up for Carlos to get him up out that jam. Shit, if they couldn't catch me, I run. Now, let me switch gears because I most definitely want to give my reaction. And shout out to Say Cheese for getting the content from that one-eye punk. But why is Charleston White now trying to clean up the rhyme or reason of why he told on his homie, which now his story is that was never his homie. All right, so let's get into that. Fair use. This is for entertainment purposes only. And just to show the hypocrisy of this Charleston White individual, man, I couldn't believe my ears. Now, this was 3 days ago, y'all. This was 3 days ago when all this took place. And I actually, that was Friday when I ended my show. It was funny. When I ended the show on Friday, this had popped up. So I already knew that he was going to eventually go on Say Cheese and try to really explain his side of the story. Look, y'all, this right here is going to be funny, and I most definitely is going to give my honest opinion about this. So again, fair use. This is for entertainment purposes only, and to shed light on Charleston White's story about why he told on an associate of his.
And feel bad.
All right, let's start it.
You want ads that drive results. That's why we built Roku Ads Manager. Sign up at ads.roku.com.
Well, I just seen that, and I just want to say, I remember I saw an interview on No Jumper that Brick Baby said when I went to jail that it was the game guards. The game guard finally got me. From all that talking, dissing street gang members. Brick Baby, if you ever see this interview, look like the Crip guard got y'all. And they got your ass in a mean headlock too. The feds. Yeah. This separates the men from the boys right up. Yeah. This separates the men from the boys. I just had some pending state charges. And like the old told me, nigga, you can buy state charges all day long. They just want some money out your ass. But when the feds come get you, they don't want no money. They want your ass or some information. You
Pause. See, he just really like to just say some real, just nasty shit up out his mouth. He don't give a damn what comes up out his mouth. I don't know. Lord Jesus. Let me get through this part right here.
One or the other. But they want something. So they don't want no money. They got all the money in the world. They make money. So yeah, the feds want your ass or some information.
Speaking of the feds, man, I woke up 3 days ago. I seen a video, never seen before video. I think you were 16 in this footage. It looked like somebody did their homework, but this was never seen before in the public manner.
I don't think nobody did their homework. Somebody within the government system released that.
Where's the proof at then, Charleston White, that somebody in the government system put that on out there? Where's your proof at? Because at this point, all you doing is just assuming and talking.
Because you know, I nanny boo-boo the city nigga, after I beat them charges. So not only did I nanny boo-boo the city, I talked about some dirty police officers, dropped their names, and brought up the Dacian Steptoe and the officer Garrett Holsich right after I beat my charges. So nigga, I shook my dick at the city. So
see, pause. Come on, Charleston White, boy, you just know how to just say the most outlandish things. Can't you say stuff without all that extracurricular shit? Like, god damn, my nigga.
This is old news coverage. So I was locked. This is old news coverage of 93. I was a juvenile at the time, so my face was blurred. They couldn't show my face back then. So there's no way an average citizen on the internet done dug this deep to get an archive of a news footage, nigga, from 1993, 92. Nah,
I disagree. You got a lot of people that can get out here and get certain videos to put on out here on YouTube that's never been played before. See, Charleston White, in my opinion, you never thought that video would ever come out of you sitting up here being a snitch since 16 on an associate of yours. That's what I think. And now you're playing cleanup now. Now you want to explain to the people what that video is self-explanatory, my nigga. You did a crime with an individual. For you to be able to tell in detail of what he did, you was in on the crime with him. G007, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. You was in it. You was not. That's the definition of a snitch. If I ain't never did no crime with you and I see you doing something wrong, nah, I'm just telling. But you was with the associate that you speaking of. You know about the crime because you was with him. Come on, man. Who you think you fooling? You dropped a dime on that man.
No, that was an inside release.
But do you consider that snitching on your friends though?
For one, them wasn't my friends. You gotta think, homie.
Now he's not friends with the individual. Now he's not friends with the individual. But you was with him when a crime took place, though, Charleston White. So you had some type of rapport with that man. I'm just saying. Now, here come the bullshit excuse that he about to lay out.
This is what me and Gilly the Kid fell out over. How you go put street rules down on at 14, 15, 16? How? I'm not a street kid. I'm not a criminal. I'm a kid who was raised to tell the truth. When my mama come in and say, son, what happened? Mama, I didn't do that. I got a paid for a lawyer. I got two lawyers, Carl Mallory and Louis Stearns. Louis Stearns became Judge Stearns, Judge Louis Stearns. But nigga, I had two paid for lawyers. Nigga, my mama is a well-to-do mama. I'm just playing, I ain't playing. I'm an adolescent going through an adolescent stage of rebelliousness. I ain't no street. Hell yeah, I'm gonna tell on you. I've been telling since I was a little bitty boy.
So let me get this straight. You could dip and dab into the streets, but still be an upstanding citizen. But you could be around now. You so much of an upstanding citizen and your mama raised you right. Then why be with an individual that you can possibly think that could do some crime the way he did? No, he out, Kiana. No, Charleston White is out. I'm trying to figure out. So you playing both sides of the fence. You want to be a good old boy, but at the same time, you want to be a bad boy too. No, you got to pick a struggle now, Charleston White. You can't straddle the fence that way. You can't portray yourself to act like you come from an all-together home, but you out there rumbling and being disobedient to your mom out there in the damn streets now. Come on now, you got to pick a side.
I've been telling all my life, Mama, Kevin did, nigga, I've been telling to, yeah, so all of a sudden I ain't gonna tell. And my mama crying saying, son, and then fuck him. I don't met them in the 8th grade. I don't know them. I didn't go to elementary with them. These project kids. And this is what I want to show people. The well to
who gives a fuck where they from though, Charleston White? You were still hanging around them. So evidently you thought the projects was fun, no matter what type of home. See, people like you, I really don't get. I know a lot of cats that was raised up in homes, all the way families, but they still found their way on the block. They still found their way on the block. So, bro, what is you talking about? Like, so what? They was from the hood. You was still participating in the fuck shit once you went over there in the hood. So that didn't make you so that still made you to be a good person. You going in the hood though, right? Oh my gosh. Upstanding citizen get fucked up in the middle. Exactly, not worth it. He playing both sides. Like, bro, you got to pick a side at a certain point. Because shit, who the fuck gonna trust you? If it's that easy for you to tell when you around somebody in the hood and they about to do some bullshit, then they already know, oh, well, Charleston White gonna tell you probably shouldn't let him be around you. Because that's exactly what the fuck I be thinking about with you. I'll be like, man, no, my nigga, I don't know what you talking about. Ain't nothing about to happen. I would exclude you from any type of illegal activities because why? If you around somebody that's doing some illegal activities, you take that chance on him telling on you when it all hits the fans.
To do kids have no loyalty to the project kids. Hell yeah, I'm gonna tell on you. My lawyer say, hey, who shot him? He did. He's the worst candidate. He been in and out of juvenile system. I'm a good kid. Hell yeah.
Wow. Do y'all hear that? He's a bad kid. He got a reputation of doing dumb shit out here. I'm a good kid. I ain't got no rap sheet, you officer. But yet you are hanging around individuals that involves themselves in illegal activities. So now I'm confused. Again, you is a fence straddler. You want to be able to hang your hat that you ain't got no record. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Man, this motherfucker here is a trip.
Yeah, I'm going to play good boy.
Oh.
There's no honor amongst thieves. So, hell yeah, no, that ain't snitching. In from the jump. I say, hell yeah, I told nigga, my mama came in to who? He did it, mama. And my lawyer and them say, this is what we going with. That's how I became famous on the internet. Remember the Pop Hunter situation, me and your first interview? That's how, so now we back to the beginning of how Charleston White got started. Gilly the kid and his son with that Pop Hunter kid because same situation. That's what made me come forward. Nigga, how we go? So how we gonna trick the kids into street shit and you not raised in the streets?
So let me get this straight. You're not raised in the streets. You're not a street dude, but you took pleasure in being around street dudes when you wasn't at home. Ain't that a little bit confusing to y'all, ladies and gentlemen? See, I didn't have that luxury. If I was out there in the streets, literally, I'm a project baby. So, you know, it wasn't no in between. It's either you in the streets or you're not in the streets. What up with a DM44? Salute to you. Happy Tuesday to you. It's either you in the streets or you're not in the streets. But you don't get a chance to play both sides like that and then think that people supposed to respect that. Like, I don't got no respect for no man that sits up and play both sides. It's either you a street dude or you're not. And guess what? If you're not a street dude, then a person that's not of the streets don't put themselves in certain situations that they would even have to tell on anybody. Because why? You wasn't raised in the streets by your own words, Charleston White. Remember?
My mama come to the police station. I remember one time, me and my cousin snuck out the house, and we went to mess with some girls stealing cars. The police get on us. Them get arrested and go to juvenile. I get away. Do you know what my mama said the first thing she did when she went down to pick my cousin up from juvenile? I know Charleston was with y'all. Where he at? My brother committed a murder. My mama made him go turn himself in. Homie, I come from an honorable, upstanding family. I don't have no crooked mama. Son, you tell.
What the fuck they got to do with you still going around at motherfuckers that was doing illegal shit, though? That still don't have nothing to do with just because you was upbrung a certain way, though, Charleston White. That still don't negate the fact that you can stray away from that and go and look at other things as far as what was going on in the streets. Like Reggie Reg, who he think he really trying to fool? Now, I know Say Cheese got way more sense. He just letting them talk at this point because, come on, man.
Tell these people the truth. So, nigga, I wasn't raised with street shit. I was raised to tell.
Is that what made you so passionate about the Pop Hunter situation?
Yeah, because how you gonna tell a kid to go against his mama? Because of some street codes who everybody break. Everybody break these codes.
And that makes it even better. So monkey see, monkey do then, huh, Charleston White? Exactly, Kiana. Like, who the fuck do he really think he fooling with this type of talk? We already know ain't no honor amongst thieves. Right, he can't speak for everybody not worth it. And you're right, Law. He's purposely throwing people off so he can't be pinpointed. Too late, Melly, because I'm pinpointing the fuck up out of Charleston White. I see right through his bullshit. Like, I mean, he think he can fool some other people or whatever, but you can't fool me with this type of talk. I see right through you with two eyes instead of just one.
Everybody break these codes. Homie, when we got arrested, homie, all these niggas older than me. There was a news article in 2004, 2005.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, this is Dope Tech from Wix.
By Bob Ray Sanders in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. I never got to read none of the articles back in the 90s, but homie, we was on the front page paper of every news station. The news media described me as being the youngest, the smallest, but the brains out of the bunch. Homie, all these niggas was older than me. I'm just bullshitting. I ran away from home because my mama had just had my little sister. So I'm mad because I ain't the baby no more. And I'm being rebellious.
What the fuck? Who the fuck cares about that, Charleston White? It's a part of life. How you think your older brother felt when you came into the scene? Like, who gives a fuck about how you felt about your mama having another child? We don't give a fuck. I know I speak for myself. I don't give a fuck about that. Now you sound bitter and you sound hurt. Damn, Kiana, you hear this motherfucker crying? Now his true feelings is coming out. He didn't agree with his mama having another damn baby. What the fuck they got to do with anything? Now you want to blame your mama for your rebellious stage because she had another child? Like, that don't even make sense, my nigga. That don't make no sense. You can't get that to make sense to me.
My mama just had a new baby. I'm 13 going on 14. It's the summer going from 8th grade to... I'm just being rebellious. I ain't no criminal.
Well, now I get that. Now, man, Bender, I'm a oldest out of 5, so I get it. But I'm not gonna cry about that type of thing on no social media. Good morning, Yellow, good morning. But me personally, I'm not gonna cry. Look, I can say all I want. You know, back then I couldn't stand my little brothers. I wanted to just beat the hell up out of them. Yeah, I can tell you that all I want, but I won't sit up here and complain about it like that, or be that envious, or be that envious of my of my younger siblings. I'm not gonna be that way. Look, because that ain't none of my concern. I'm my mama's son. She grown, but I'm not gonna get on social media and try to sway. You want people to really believe that just because your mama had your sister, that you had to all of a sudden just be rebellious, and that made you go out there and hang with the street niggas when you wasn't even brung up that way in the first place. Again, get the fuck out of here.
Been playing the flute in the band. I go on family vacations. Nigga, we eat dinner at the table. We don't eat dinner in our room. I got my own bedroom with my own bunk beds. I got a desk right there, a real setup desk. I got my own phone. I'm a spoiled kid. I ain't no street nigga. I don't know the street rules.
But you was playing street though, right?
I wasn't playing street. I'm playing rebellion.
Thank you, Say Cheese. I knew it. Thank you, Say Cheese, for saying that. But you was playing like you was street. You was straddling the fence. How come you can't just come to accept your part and all that? You did. You was trying to play like you was street. You was. The fuck, man, come on, man. Even Say Cheese had to call that shit out on your ass. Yes, you was.
I'm rebelling against mama being delinquent. I'm not being criminal. I'm being delinquent. We stealing jackets. We breaking into houses. We ain't being.
That's breaking the law, you stupid motherfucker. That's breaking the law. That ain't just delinquency. Motherfucker, you breaking the law. If you stealing something that ain't yours, that's against the law. If you breaking up in somebody's house, that's against the law. That ain't your house. And you can sit there with a straight face and say that shit? Nigga, you was breaking the law. Them jackets that you stole out of your mouth, you said that you stole starter jackets. Them wasn't yours. You said that you broke up in someone's house that wasn't yours. So how the fuck you not breaking the law? Because guess what? If you'd have got caught, you'd have had to do some time, Charleston White. Oh man, what is he giving? What is he giving people with this?
Being criminal, we being delinquent. There's a difference.
No.
We breaking bottles, we breaking in the car, we sneaking in the girl. We ain't shooting guns and
that. So what? Tomato now it depends. Now he want to try to dictate what laws he can break and what laws he don't break. Like, what type of shit is this? You can't dictate if you breaking the law by any means. You breaking the law. It don't matter if you wasn't shooting at no damn body. Like, oh, this motherfucker here. Damn.
Killing ain't doing none of that.
Breaking in people's houses is criminal activity, though.
It's delinquent.
No, it's criminal activity, like Say Cheese just said. Thank you for giving him some pushback. That is criminal activity. So you mean to tell me you being delinquent, if you a certain age, you knowing that you that came from a house that was all together, your mama didn't play that shit. So you saying it's okay to break up in somebody else's house that ain't yours? That's the message that he wants to send out to the young folks, that, yeah, if you break up in somebody's house, you were just being delinquent. You're not a criminal. That would be a bold-faced lie, and you giving misinformation, Charleston White. That is misinformation. Ain't no way in the fuck you gonna tell me that just because you a teenager and you mad about your mama having another child, that made you want to be delinquent? Hold on for a minute. Now, here go the meaning of the word delinquent. Typically, a young person or that person's behavior showing or characterizing by a tendency to commit crime, particularly minor crime. But notice on the part where it still say crime nonetheless. You still breaking the law. The fuck?
It's delinquent.
Did you hand him the gun before he shot him?
Yeah.
And you told him shoot him?
Yeah, shoot that motherfucker. But I ain't mean it. I'm just.
You handed the associate that you snitched on the gun and you told him to shoot. Well, right there, you was partaking in the crime, even if you didn't do it, Charleston White. Like, who the fuck? Man, this motherfucker is crazy.
Yeah, I'm just talking. Yeah, I ain't mean it. It's dumb up. I ain't mean it.
Is this your gun at the time?
No, homie, we had so listen, I'm just out. So listen, so I ran away from home. My mama was being strict. She pregnant with my little sister. Just had my little sister at the time. So the baby no more. Nigga, the baby of the family. So nigga just being rebellious. My brother in and out of trouble. So nigga, you gotta think. I had 9 eye surgeries from age. So I fell in the washing machine. Think about this, nigga. I fell in the washing machine at age 5. I didn't learn how to walk again to almost age 8.
Blah, 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 blah. We don't give a fuck about that shit. Hell, in my opinion, it should have took both of your damn eyes out. Then you wouldn't have to worry about no damn surgery. You'll just be wearing some damn sunglasses. Don't nobody care about that. Look at the sad story that he want to tell. Remember now, I was dropped up in the washing machine at 5. So, who cares? Dummy. The fuck you falling up in the goddamn washing machine for in the first damn place? What the fuck was you doing?
By age 8, I put my eye out. So nigga, from 5 to 8, I'm in and out the hospital for surgery. So I ain't go to school. I got a private tutor. So nigga, I'm a shell.
Yeah, that was by choice though, Nurse Petty. That wasn't like he was born that way. Now, it'd be different if he was born that way. That's completely different. He made himself out to be a disabled. He made himself out to be disabled, so I ain't got no sympathy for his ass. Ain't nobody tell his dumb ass to jump up in no goddamn washing machine and get his eye poked the fuck out. That's stupid in itself. I don't even know why the fuck he even told that story.
Kid. So at age 8, I put my eye out. So from 8 to 12, I had 9 eye surgeries before having my eye removed. So I ain't playing outside. I ain't playing sports. In and out the hospital. So by the time I get into 6th grade, I get my eye removed. Now I got a prosthetic eye. But I'm still in and out going through the doctor. By the time I get to 7th grade, this is my first full year of having a prosthetic eye. No more surgeries, no more doctor's appointment. Now I finally get to be a kid. Now I'm in middle school. I don't know nothing about crime. Now we're in the 8th grade. You catch a murder case in the...
Okay, you got it. I'm thinking of buying a house.
Buying a house?
By yourself? Are you sure?
8th, I don't know nothing about it. I just come out the hospital being laid up. I ain't no criminal. No mother...
You just a late bloomer, my nigga. Who the hell you think you fooling? I don't care if you wasn't outside between this age and that age and you wasn't able. You just a late bloomer. That's all. You got a lot of cats that didn't start getting into the streets until they was probably around 16, 17, 18. You fall right under that category, my nigga. So what? Because all the teachers that your mama done instilled up in you didn't mean shit because you still was involved in petty crimes. You can keep saying that it's delinquent all the fuck you want, but you was still being out there in the streets. The streets had fascinated you so much so that you was with a person that committed a crime, and instead of you keeping your mouth shut, you sat up there and told on your man and got him 75 years in jail. So your non-street ass should have been still up in the motherfucking house. The fuck? Ain't nobody asked you to go out there in the streets and be fascinated, and then when some shit really go down, now you want to tuck your tail and say, well, the teachers of my mama that always told me to tell. I'm going to tell. What street nigga would want to even be around you in the first place? If any street nigga that ever try to be around Charleston White, you better run. You better run.
Criminal, I don't know no street codes. I know to do right, and I know what's wrong. I know you tell the truth, nigga. You be honest. I'm an honest kid. Hell yeah. So
what? He was an honest kid, y'all. Y'all hear this shit? He was an honest kid. He told the truth. But not before, but you doing bad shit and then getting caught. Now you want to be truthful. You want to be a good kid, a good old boy. Come on, man. This man, come on. Yeah, Yellow. He's still in character right now because if he really seriously think a person like me will believe this shit that he's saying up out his mouth, he's crazy as fuck. But again, shout out to Say Cheese because he actually did give him a lot of pushback on what he was saying.
So anybody tell you, yeah, that nigga brutally honest. Ever since he was a kid, that nigga brutally honest. Yeah, we did this. Because this is how I was raised. So the core foundation of who you are. Why do you think so many niggas tell on First 48? Why you think it's so many niggas who tell? Because the core foundation of who you are is good-natured based on how our mothers and grandmothers raised us. But the culture wants you to believe we all come knowing and raised this street shit. Why you think so many snitch? Because the core foundation of how they was raised is to tell the truth. So when you get in trouble, homie, the core foundation of who you are comes forward.
This motherfucker, boy, you know you could tell a hellified story, Charleston White. So let's unpack this real quick. If you was raised by your words, you said that your mama raised you right, but you strayed away, right? You think that shit gonna fly when you in the streets, my nigga? They your mama and your daddy. How about that? So you being ignorant to street shit ain't no excuse, my nigga. It could have been serious you could have suffered serious consequences behind your action of telling on the associate that you was with that committed the murder. You give him the gun and tell him to shoot, but you don't know nothing about no street code. You now since you grown, oh, it's just bullshit. I was just playing. Why play like that when it's a serious situation? This ain't adding up with that part of it, what you said.
So here we are, we done committed a murder, broad daylight at the mall. Broad daylight during school hours. There was a girl by the name of Ursula who was at the mall at the time, her and her mom. That's how they identified us. Ursula went to school with us. So that's how we get identified. They go to the school, get the yearbooks, and then I got our pictures. I come up with a plan after the murder. I tell my partner DJ. Now DJ 15 at the time. DJ was a good kid, never been in trouble, only child. Nigga worked at Red Lobster, good play sports and fuck with hoes. Antoine Doolittle, the shooter, is a nigga from, I think they from South Dallas, Oak Cliff, some just moved, just come to the city. He had 2 brothers that were in and out of prison with a life sentence. Mama in the project, he in and out the boys' home. Really didn't fuck with girl, but he a project. His mama let him stay out all night long. So me and DJ, 2 different backgrounds from these other 2. Me and DJ go to school together. We don't really go to school with Antoine and him. We just passing each other during the summertime. So there's no real friendship. We just hanging during the summer. That's how most get in trouble. Going to go group up with some new group of friends during them summer activities.
That ain't true. Well, maybe that is for you, but I didn't look. I hung around the same individuals that I grew up with. No matter if it was the summertime, fall, spring, winter, it didn't matter. I didn't hang around no new people that I just didn't know. I just don't, that story just ain't adding up. Look, okay, fine. Maybe you don't have to be the best of friends with an individual. And yeah, from time to time, you may pass a person that you actually know from school. But that don't mean that I'm going to hang out with them. If I wasn't hanging out with them before, why all of a sudden it took a certain time for me to... See, this is why I can't believe this story that you laying out, bro. I can't believe shit you saying. Ain't no proof behind this. You said, where's he from? Yeah, right, Yella. He just making this shit on up. Like, I don't believe none of this shit that he talking about. Nothing. Charleston White is from Texas.
That's how I in trouble. Antoine and them couldn't have came to my mama's house. Nigga, my mama never met Doolittle. I would run away from home, and that's where I would go stay because his mama let anybody come over. He can do anything. My mama would come over there looking for me. His mama say, no, he ain't here. He couldn't come to my house. Those mama, nigga, man, nah, my mama didn't play. Nigga, I couldn't go. If I didn't run away from home, I couldn't go nowhere. My mama want to talk to who taking you. Let me talk to their mama. Who picking? No, nigga, I come from structure. I come from a woman who had morals and principles.
It don't mean shit. And I'm sorry to say it, but it don't mean nothing about what your mom stand on. It's all about your mistakes and your actions. And your mama not playing them type of games don't negate the fact that you was out there playing street. Don't negate the fact that you was out there being mischievous. And you was out there just doing all type of outlandish shit, stealing people's starter coats, breaking up in people's houses, messing with white people, threatening white people. Like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, go ahead on with all this shit.
And try to instill this. I'm just rebelling at 13 during what they call an adolescent stage of life. Most children rebel. I'm rebelling against mama. She talking that God talk, trying to take us to church.
Oh, so you hated going to church. You hated that your mama had to take you to church and dress you up in the penny loafers and that Easter suit, and you had to go to church. Oh, so now I see. Now I see. You didn't like that type of thing. You didn't like that structure. It sounds like you didn't like that structure in what your mom stood on, in my opinion, because it made you veer off into the streets. Now, it's other ways that you can rebel, and you going into the streets ain't no excuse. You've been curious about street shit. And when the shit got too damn heavy for you, then you just kindly just went away. But before you went away, you had to take another black man down because why? You made a mistake of being with an individual that you couldn't control their actions or what they was going to do. They did something around you. They called your bluff. I think it was a test. I think whoever you was with, they were trying to really see if you was with it. You turned the table around, you called his bluff, and he did what he did. Exactly, Yella. It's a lot of people, what you say, it's a lot of people who grew up in church and now trying to turn away and downplay because of the unbelievers, in my opinion. You're not lying about that. I agree.
She bringing more structure. The concept of tough love had just came about. Now mama talking this tough love talk. And she done had a baby. And I mean, yeah. So I'm just going through some shit. Rebelling during the adolescent stage. And almost cost me my life. Somebody lost their life. We out being delinquent. Still in jail.
No, you out there being a fucking criminal. That's what the fuck you was out there doing. Quit trying to blame delinquent. Stop with the delinquent. You was out there being a fake ass thug. And when the shit hit the fans, you couldn't handle it. They just call it for what it is, Charleston White. You was being a studio gangster. What they used to call that back then, a studio gangster. You was only gangster when you was around your friends. But as soon as you went home, it was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. You was being a good old boy. You was playing the role, knowing full well you wanted to be about the damn streets. I don't know why you just can't tell the truth.
Jackets. We ain't robbing. We stealing jackets. But we
motherfucker, that is robbing somebody's. You taking somebody's starter coat that ain't yours. That is robbing. What? Hold on. Let me rewind that part again.
I come from a woman who had morals and principles and tried to instill this. I'm just rebelling at 13 during what they call an adolescent stage of life. Most children rebel. I'm rebelling against mama. She talking that God talk, trying to take us to church. She bringing more structure. The concept of tough love had just came about. Now mama talking this tough love talk. And she done had a baby. And I mean, yeah. So I'm just going through some shit. Rebelling during the adolescent stage. And almost cost me my life. Somebody lost their life. We out being delinquent. Stealing jackets. We ain't robbing.
Wait, stealing jackets, but you not robbing nobody. Let me get this straight again. You're stealing jackets that's not yours, but you not robbing nobody. Oh, okay.
Stealing jackets. But we took a gun. Somebody lost their life, innocent man. So you think when they say capital murder as a kid, your mama, your grandma, capital murder, and we done killed the white man, and we done this during the time, it was unheard of. I'm one of the first kids in Fort Worth, Texas to ever be tried and adjudicated and sentenced for the crime of murder. That's in the history books. I'm one of the first children ever to be tried and adjudicated.
So you want a pat on the back because you got away with it. You got away with being just a no good son of a bitch. Man, come on, man. I can't, y'all. I can't even look at this no more. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. I can't no more. I just can't. No, I can't keep listening to that shit. That's low. That's low. He do and that's cocaine. One incident, he do cocaine. That's low. I'ma tell y'all this story. That's low. He do cocaine. And that's only one incident, he do cocaine. Right now, cause see, I'ma tell y'all this I did a drive along with y'all cocaine way back to show y'all where I used to live at on the south side of Chicago. No cap, salute. So anyway, it was this dude. I won't say his name, none of that, right? But it was this dude. Everybody knew him in the hood. Knew his wife, knew his kids, all of that, right? Dude would go to work. He'd be with his kids and, be at the baseball games, but the man gets high. Hey, come on, son. Cocaine. The man gets high. He do cocaine. He do cocaine. Even though his wife loved him so much, she don't like his habit. She knows that it's cocaine. Every time he starts getting high off cocaine, right? Now, right? Back then, right? Look, we knew what it was like. Man, that's slow. We can't keep so to speak, get some for his kids, right? If he ran out of money and he couldn't get no crack, he'd take his kids like Nintendo games and all type of shit and pawn it over to the dope baby. So he can get him an 8 ball or quarter, whatever, right? One day he hit a low. He do cocaine. This was 2 days before Christmas, back in 1998. 2 days before Christmas. What up, big nerd? He takes his kids' toys and give it to one of my bands that hustling or whatever, right? Now, even though back then, you didn't have no feeling about what you did. Good morning, NC Lady B1. He felt the way about him giving his kids toys, giving him his kids toys for the drugs, for the cocaine, right? So his wife, we know, like I said, we know that his wife goes up to my man's crib and asks, "Can you please give back those toys? Whatever he owed, I'll work it out with you." He do cocaine. And at that point, that man do cocaine. We didn't see him no more. So that told me that he went to go get the help that he needed because cocaine. See, that was a low do cocaine. He took his kids' toys, pawned it off so he could get some. He do cocaine. He do cocaine. That's low. That's low. And that's only one incident. Do y'all imagine if I live in the hood, how many times I done seen people take their kids, talking about Nintendo games, the whole system, take it to the dope man so they can get them drugs. They don't ever get the game back. Them kids, mad as hell. Mad as hell, but they can't do shit about it. Because why? That habit kicks in. It's a done deal. That habit don't care about no kids, about no mama, daddy, nobody. That habit is where it's at. That's what they think about. They don't think about nothing else. That's low.
Kenya.
What you want?
I can.
What?
What you doing? You bored?
No, I'm not bored.
I got a question for you. Straight up. Be real. I got a question.
What?
Ken, I got a question.
What is it?
Let me eat your chocolate pudding.
Man, look, you would get dizzy and confused about the things that came up out of Charleston White's mouth. And Melly, you put it exactly on point. He's trying to differentiate. He's trying to make it. He's trying to decipher saying that it's okay to rob somebody for their starter coat, but it ain't okay to rob a store. You might as well have went up in the store and robbed the store for their starter coats. Like, no, you're not going to try to make it out to where it was okay for you to take starter coats from somebody else that they mom and daddy bought for them that had to buy it up out the department store. You didn't buy it. You took it right up off their back because why you want to say that you was rebellious? Right. Thank you. Because look, I was waiting on Carlos to say, boy, you didn't even say that word right. Look, we all know I fucks up on words. Differentiate. Oh, Lord Jesus. I can still say it, but it's just I got tongue tied right now. So it is what it is. I expect Carlos to say some slick shit. He listening. He ain't with no damn well. Shit. So if he does, it won't surprise me because he already knows I fucks up with words. I mispronounce words. Yes. But I've been working on my hooked on phonics. And I'm still a work in progress with certain words. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's certain words that I just cannot say. And I know I'm good on fucking up people's names. I don't mean no disrespect, but I do. I be fucking up people's names. But I'm starting to get the use of it. I'm starting to come around to not messing up people's names so damn much. Shit. Shit fix it, I know. I guess Carlos giving me a break right now. Because I know he's still watching. Carlos that gave me a break, y'all. I think he came to the realization like, hey, the host be fucking up names. He fuck up words. He need to be learning the hooked on phonics so he can actually say words correctly. I get it, Carlos. I am. I'm still on my hooked on phonics so I can say words the correct way. Okay? Yes, I am a work in progress. Shit. Shout out to Carlos though, man. Hey, at least he keep me honest though. And I wouldn't want nobody to be around me that just let me just say shit wrong and don't correct me. I'm not above being corrected. I've been saying this long time ago. It's still all a matter of how you correct the person. And when you start just belittling them and all this and that, now again, I'm used to Carlos doing that. Yo, you should be done with don't find Yellow, I'm a little slow. I ain't even gonna hold you. Look, I'm a little slow when it comes down to certain things. So I be trying to really practice on my words. Now, names, I'm probably still gonna mess somebody's name up. But I'm more focused in on certain words that I'm supposed to say correctly anyway. Names, hey, you will have to get on the stage and sound it out for me so I can get it correct. Because otherwise, I'm just going to continue to fuck your name up. Right, Melly. Hooked on phonics matters. Right. That part right there. See, I done lost a lot of brain cells over the years, Yellow. So look, I ain't going to make no excuses, but that's why I ain't going to make no excuses. I just fucks up. You know, but when you scared of fucking up, then you ain't living to me. No, you can't be scared of messing up in life. You know, sometimes it's okay. It's okay to embrace your fuck ups, but just learn from it. That's all. Just like I ain't gonna lie, I sit up to myself and be saying specific, and I try not to say it so quick. I just sound it out. Specific. Now, hopefully Carlos will hear that, can understand that I have been practicing on that word, because every time I used to say it before, it just come out Pacific. I said it too quick, and then all you hear is like I'm talking about the Pacific Ocean. But no, I sound it out. Specific. Shout out to Uncle L. Shit, Uncle L knew I was saying insatiable name wrong like a motherfucker. Uncle L just like, hey, John is insatiable. Insatiable. He sounded it out. Again, I'm not above being corrected. Yeah, sound it out slow. Exactly. Because I was just saying, and I was saying all type of other shit. And again, I'm not here to just disrespect nobody's name and how it's supposed to be said. But yes, shout out to Uncle L. Uncle L didn't help me out with a whole bunch of goddamn words. Shit. Uncle L hit me up. And I don't mean to call her mammy, like mommy. I don't mean to do that, Nurse Petty. I swear I don't. Look, I was saying Angelica. I was saying some other word. Angelica. I was saying that. No, I wasn't even saying that. I was saying something else until, I had to, it's Angelica. So, yes, I have a history of messing up people's names. Shit, even Yellow wasn't gonna let me mess up Yellow Beezy's name. She said, no, you ain't gonna sully his name like that. It's Yellow Beezy. Whoo, Lord Jesus. I gotta cut that on out. That look, and some people that is a pet peeve of theirs. Look, say the name the right way, goddammit. Don't be sitting up here saying it all wrong. Like, again, I don't want nobody to be around me and they just keep continuously allow me to just say it the wrong way. Tell me the right way so I can know. Damn, don't have me out here just looking that completely crazy shit. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not above being corrected. If I'm wrong about how I say something, you can kindly just tell me, no, it's not that way, John. It's sound it out. Go slow. Okay? And I don't have a problem with doing that because why? I'm not perfect. And I know this. But again, when you're scared of messing up in life, then to me, you're not living. So I've never been afraid of making a mistake, just so long as I'm not continuously making the same mistake over and over and over again. That's part right there. Everybody is entitled to making mistakes in life. It's when you continue to keep making the same mistake over and over again. Then it's not a mistake. You purposely doing it. That's the difference. And I don't just on purpose just look to mess nobody's name up. I'm not looking to do that. I'm not disrespectful that way at all. Now, you'll know if I'm being disrespectful. Shit, I give you a motherfucking nickname in a heartbeat. I don't give a fuck. But I didn't even dial that down on giving people nicknames because, you give a person a nickname around here, boy, hey, my nickname stick. Exactly, Melly. Falling helps you tighten the game up. It does. Exactly. That part right there, Nurse Petty. When people correct you, they care. When they don't correct you, they want you to stay looking stupid. That part right there. And that's why I don't take personal when Carlos correct me. I really don't. It be the way. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Failing. Excuse me. I mispronounced that. Failing, not falling. Failing helps you tighten up your game. My bad, Melly. I read that too damn quick. My bad. I'm trying to talk and then read the chat. My bad. Let me just stick the talk in and then I can read the chat. Boy, see, there you go. And look, I'm gonna mess up, but as long as I got y'all that really rock and roll with me, y'all will make sure I get it right. At least I hope so. Shit. At least I hope so. I'm just saying, Reggie Reg. Wait a minute, Reggie Reg, what I'm thinking about it now, man. Hold on, man. Yeah, again, if I got people like y'all that's up in the chat that could correct me, I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? Because guess what? It may be something that you may have said incorrectly, and I'll be like, no. Now, I know how to correct you without being all abrasive about it and trying to really ridicule you and, Now, I guess that was a way for Carlos to be able to say, well, bro, if you ain't slow, which I don't think you is, I need you to take your time and say the word out correctly. Stop speedballing through the damn words and just take your time. We ain't going nowhere. We want to hear you clearly and understand exactly what you're saying, sir. How the hell I'm gonna donate to you and you just continuously keep messing up with simple words? No. So, no, I totally get it. But again, I'm still not above being corrected. No, I'm not above being corrected. But anyhow, I appreciate y'all pulling up on me on this live. This was actually just an impromptu live. I was planning on going live a little later to go over that Say Cheese interview. I will make a part 2 of that. What up with it, Slim, with 2 M's? What's the word, man? Maybe you need a different learning app. ABC Mouse? Maybe so. Maybe Hooked on Phonics ain't really for me. You ain't lying, though, Yellow. Maybe I need to go to something else. You know what I'm saying? Because Hooked on Phonics could be outdated, too, though. You know what I'm saying? That was back in the back in the days, Hooked on Phonics. Maybe I need to try a different app or something to learn certain words and take my time. And now I do. Now, again, names, I'm probably going to fuck a name up quick, fast, in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, though. But, yes, if I see a name that I just be like, whoa, wait, oh, man, I can't pronounce that shit. You have to come on the damn panel and sound it out for me so I can say it the right way. Uncle L, what you say? Hey, Sugar Bear. Uncle L, what you say? I still apply phonics to this day. I know that shit right. Hey, Uncle L, we still learning on out here, man. All of us is, man. All of us is. What you say, Yellow, what you say, my daughter learns how to say words by asking Google? Well, yeah, technically you can just call on Google and Google will sound the word out for you right then and there. You just got to be able to spell it the right way for Google to be able to give you the right right way of saying it. So yes, Google is everybody's friend around here. Yo, it's my friend, is your friend, is everybody's friend up in the chat. Damn, look, yeah, and right, they'll still pick up on what you're saying. You're right, you don't even got to spell it right. But anyhow, salute to the chat. I appreciate y'all this morning pulling up on me so we can rap a tad. You said it'd be understanding. But Duke is calling up on me. I got to take him for his daily walk. I'm actually I'm off today, so I'm gonna do my daddy duties and take him out for a walk. Me and the missus, we're gonna take him out for a walk. And like I said, if I got a little time, probably for a certain time, then I'll come back live. Yeah, I'll come back live, and then we can go over the second part. I'll make it a part 2. I may have to switch this title up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch this title. I'm gonna have to put it because I actually went over Anton Daniels' video, and I actually went over to Say Cheese. You already know, Nurse Petty. Look, I know you enjoying your off day. I know. Look, wait a minute. Have you took Franklin Dog out for his walk? Now, Nurse Petty, you know I'm gonna have to ask you now. Have you took Franklin Dog out for his walk yet? Because you know I'm about to enjoy my off day. Shit, as hard as I be working, shit, I try to take advantage of on my off days and not doing nothing. Oh, you heading out now? All right, well, shit, look, I'm about to follow suit just like you, Nurse Petty. I'm about to take Duke on now. But anyway, salute to the chat. I'm up out this thing. Appreciate y'all pulling up on me. Please hit the like button if you picked up what I put down with this live stream. And only if you're feeling generous. And shout out to Distracted One. Shout out to Distracted One for the $5 super chat. John Smiles, good to see you. Hugs to Distracted One. Of course, no question. Sugar Bear, you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday as well. But yes, it is a chance that Johnny Blaze will be on back later on. And then I'll just open up the panel, and then if y'all won't, come on up here and chop it on up. All right? So with that being said, again, salute to the chat. If y'all most definitely feeling generous and want to donate to old Johnny Blaze for his time, the PayPal is open, Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App is open. All right? With that being said, again, salute to y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, but I'm out.